Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Risk of Resources Loadout Race of the Week. We're starting a little bit late here today, so we got to jump into it pretty quick. What's up, Disputed? Hello.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Good
Hey.
to be in the casting booth today because
Always a
these
good
loadouts
time.
suck.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at them, actually. Let's see. All right, so first of all, our runners today, we have Cap, Cabbage, and Dan. And the loadouts, oh boy. Well, we have Multi with Scrap Launcher Rebar Power Mode.
And it
Well,
goes downhill from there.
we'll get to that in a second, I guess. The Commando has the opposite loadout that I like personally. It has like the shotgun, the roll, and suppressive fire. Fiend is fine. Void Fiend is Void Fiend. And then uh, Rex with damaging M2, damage shifts, and apples.
Rex, this is going to be a looming shadow throughout the entire event today.
It's gonna be a fun one. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm doing either bad or good on this loadout, yada yada." But then I have Rex later. We'll see how that one goes.
Yeah, I mean, historically, the challenge loadouts like that have been the most important because that's
Yeah.
where the bonus points are to be had.
Mm-hmm.
Getting 5 minutes ahead, or I guess 7 minutes ahead for 3-player on like loader or railgunner just isn't going to happen. But on full damage Rex, where everybody has at least 4+5s, it can happen very easily, and you can rack up quite a few bonus points.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like they're starting.
Keep in mind though, we are in 3-player right now, which means we only have one bonus point. But what you're saying is true, especially for like the 4-player loadouts. But even still, an extra bonus point in 3-player means a lot, right? Because they don't happen as much. So
What is
it's
happening
powerful.
on Cap's screen right now?
He has a cap, a disembodied cap. I think Mark made that for him or something.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I hate it. Well, also
Look
the
forward to
colors
more of that.
today. Cabbage is donning the red. Cap is the yellow gold, and Dan is doing the bluish purple kind of overlay on it. So, who do you think has the best fit so far, chat room? Honestly, I like Cap's colors here.
Me too.
They just seem to
Cabbage
fit.
is terrifying.
Dan picked
The
the worst
blood
color.
red.
I don't know. It looks like it doesn't fit as well. So,
It looks like a missing texture.
well, that's what happened when you pick purple. I don't know. I mean, we all have our different opinions on it. Oh yeah, Dispute, set up a gamble for all the
I'm
early
trying
people
right
today.
now.
Okay. So this loadout is interesting, right? This is probably not a loadout that anyone would purposely use. We have a scrap launcher on M1, which is okay. And then once we pull up in a power mode, we have a rebar with it, which means you don't really get a good sense of I don't know, of timing, because they don't really shoot at the same speed or at the same time. So you really need to think about how you shoot a lot. And you don't really get an advantage of having a scrap launcher on M1. The only thing is, though, you can refresh your M1 once you go into power mode, so they'll be doing that quite a bit. Also, by the way, if you haven't gotten your bingo sheet, make sure to get your bingo sheet and play bingo with everyone else in chat. Type exclamation point bingo. There's a link right there in chat. So,
Yes, those are a ton of fun.
yeah. See who gets a bingo first. And let us know in Discord. Post your bingo sheets and stuff, and you get to see other people's bingo sheets and whatever. It is really fun. Thank you to Kay for setting that one up again for everybody.
Yeah, we're going to be doing our best to call them out when we can. And just a note, I believe like the ones that say void band, or if it's an item, you don't actually have to pick up the item for it to count. It's just if it appears at all in the run.
Yes. Correct.
Last week I picked up a void band thinking it would help the bingo people out, but it just did absolutely nothing. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
congrats.
To be fair, Race told me otherwise.
I thought it was the other way, and then after the race, Kay was like, "Oh yeah, you didn't actually need to pick it up," and I was like, oh, "Okay." That's funny.
So okay, Cabbage is behind for me. Looks like Dan has not started TP yet. He's a little behind.
He
Cap
is
is
a little
already
bit behind,
done.
but Dan started about a minute late, later than the other two, so he has a little bit of time. But he is a little bit late still, because like Cap is already done with TP, even if he started a minute earlier.
Look at these green items.
Avoid Sent Flame, huh? Interesting.
That's pretty good. Cap has the best build of all of these guys. He actually has the most items.
I agree with that. It's nice when you have a loadout that doesn't dish out a ton of initial damage to have a good amount of AoE at the start.
There's a crit printer on that stage, which is really sad because they keep getting greens.
Dude, that
That
sucks.
happens all the time on this map. It's like you can get 40 white printers here and 0 white items. It's the biggest troll.
Oh man, it's like every time I see like a good white printer on stage one. That's the time I hate seeing white printers that are good the most, because like I don't I don't want them there. I want them like stage 2 or 3 when I can use them. Oh, speaking
Yeah,
of
and the more
stages
you
today,
have,
we have Wetland, RPD, and Abyssal for the soda, which is actually pretty good. We
also
have a lot
next
of
loadout is
RPD.
exactly the same.
Is it exactly the same? Let me see.
The exact
It's
same
exactly
stage
the
order.
same. Yeah. All right. Well, skin tuner finished? No. Yeah, I'll let Mark for that one though, if you want it to be done. Oh, there's a feather on Cap on stage 2.
Oh shit.
Massive. So we talked about a lot, but feather means that he's going to be very comfortable with the Mythrix fight now. He's not going to really have to worry too much about getting a ton of mobility or anything like that. So that is a really nice bonus.
Yeah, feather is huge.
It is nice though. They've gotten a couple hooves already and a red whip, so it's not like they're down on movement speed either. And we can see it on Cabbage's screen already. So we have something new that we've done in the race. I should have put it in a patch notes thing, but I didn't because I forgot. Um, we've changed it so that every single lunar pod, unless we want like a lunar run or whatever, but every single lunar pod will have beads automatically. So no one could accidentally pick one up or whatever, and they can pick them up and try to look for a cleansing pool after that point instead of backtracking all over the place. And when the stage is done, the beads get removed from their inventory automatically. So, and we'll see how
You
that
can
kind
see
of
that on
works.
Cabbage's screen right now. He has some
Yep,
beads. It looks like he also found the feather.
good. Now we're just looking at Dan to see if he finds it. If he doesn't find it, that's going to be very unfortunate for him.
I mean, it's just so useful. Like, not only for the Mythrix fight, just
But
through the
everywhere.
entire game. You can
And
stay
it,
in TP longer,
you can
just
stay
be
in power
faster
mode
all around.
longer as well, and gives you a lot of mobility there.
True. It's one of the most important items you can find.
Absolutely. Another Cap has got like 2 Will-O-Wisps extra, so he has 3 Void Sense right now, which actually is really good for the teleporters.
It's in
It
this
looks
void
like
cradle.
Dan is
10.
struggling to actually kill any jellyfish that come at him, because just the way Scrap Launcher is, I think he might need a little bit of practice with it or something. It is kind of annoying. If you hit a wisp, it'll like shoot the wisp away, and then you have to like aim again, and the projectiles are pretty slow. It's one of those loadouts that you kind of want to be practiced a little bit with. Cap, unfortunately, is really low health right now. Oh, never mind, he's done. My
He
bad.
did a void cradle.
Yeah,
There's a 10 to bobble.
I just looked over
It,
and I'm
one of
chilling.
those wisps is from the teleporter, so everyone should get that.
Ooh, RPD with a Void Seed right at the start. So we'll get to see if anyone gets blasted.
Cap's probably looking for Prion here.
Yeah, I mean, he is way early enough. A reminder for those of you who don't know, those little lights, those little markers on the ground show you where the Prion chest is. So if it's like in front of the chest or sorry, in front of like the big open container or something like that, you know it's in there or whatever. So it's really easy to see where it is and rule out
Oh,
options.
Cap.
Ooh, Cap didn't have his feather there. He
Hosting.
almost hosted.
He
Yeah,
did get a uke though.
Uke with the Void Send is really nice.
It is. I didn't even think about that.
But Cap is actually going faster than anyone else here. He's picking up the speed. He is going to need some way to deal damage to Mythrix, though. Prion alone here isn't enough, nor is the one crit he has. So while he
No,
is pretty good speed going through here, he needs something to help the fight. He needs some long-term damage.
he
So we'll see.
does. He also needs healing. The other two have drones.
That is true. Cap is dealing with a lot of rats here too, and they're void touch. I do like kind
And
of how Cabbage is playing here. He's getting a lot more stuff. And I think for this kind of loadout where you look at Rebar and Scrap Launcher as your main ways to deal damage to Mythrix, I'm looking for items a little bit more than speed
mhm.
and third personally, but
I mean, we have different play styles here. Like some people prefer to go really slow in the early game and then just blast through the last stages, and some people
hmm
kind of do the opposite or spend the same amount of time each stage. Really
yeah.
depends.
It's just some playstyles are more. Oh, Cabbage missed the Void Cradle there too. That is unfortunate. What was in that? Another Void Stunt?
I think it was a Tenta.
Oh, a Tenta. Interesting. I just figured since Cap had three, but no, I guess so. Makes sense. Um, but it depends because like some riskier playstyles will just, I'll go really fast and just hope I get all the stuff that I need, and if I don't, then we'll just kind of go through the mythic site anyway. But I don't know. We've seen a lot of playstyles develop from the races, which I find really fun to
There
see
isn't
who
like an
has what.
objective meta, I don't think.
Not yet. Do you think we'll ever have one?
Probably. I don't know. I can see it being different for every loadout.
I think that's what it would probably be, right? Each loadout has their own like definable thing that you should be doing. Like, I mean, obviously we can see that already with Loader, right? Loader is not going to be doing whatever Multi is doing right now. Um, so I think I agree.
There's like 130 loadouts though, so nobody really wants to
It's just going to be
put in
based
the
on
time for each
character, I
one.
think. Or
It is
like,
also loot dependent as well.
it's massively dependent, but I mean, you know. So you can see on Cabbage's screen, he actually saw a watch in the potential and said, "No, I'm not going to pick that up yet because I'm being bombarded here." Looked like he was hovering over it, and he was like, "You know what? I actually need the speed," which is a fair choice.
What is that printer?
Genesis loop,
Oh, that's on the bingo card, I believe.
is it?
Red/boss printer.
There you go, chat room. Boom.
And is there a TC 280 drone here?
I didn't see one. Couldn't be sure. I mean, we have several other RPDs today to see, so we'll probably get a TC.
I imagine. I think that's also one where they don't need to buy it, just needs to appear.
Correct.
Key will correct me if I'm wrong. K,
Ooh,
fuck. God
what
damn
is
it.
wrong with you? Cap is going into this watch printer, and he already lost some speed for doing it. It
Interesting
looks
decision considering he has 0 healing.
agreed. And he did already lose his elixir, so like he knows that he has this potential. Do not bust your watches on it.
Oh, there's an
Um,
elixir printer.
oh, beautiful. I lost his crit for it though. Man, that's gotta hurt a little bit. Crit with
Okay.
watches is pretty nice, but hey,
Risky
all right.
play.
And looks like he didn't really want to wait a little bit longer for that potential either. He just said, you know what, screw it. We're going pretty fast right now. Let's keep it up. So fair
Dan
enough.
is on stage 3 now. He is a minute behind though. Keep that in mind.
Did he just get here though? Because if he just got here, I mean, he's more than a minute behind at this point in in-game time.
He got here like maybe a minute or two ago.
Okay.
He's not been here
Cap
very long.
and Cabbage are already done with the
Oh,
teleporter though, boss
and
fights, so
printer right next to TP. I believe that is also on the bingo card.
that is one. Yep. Reminder,
So
if you
that'll
haven't
do it.
gotten your
That's
bingo sheets
Mimich.
yet, type exclamation point bingo and click the bingo baker link. You can play with everyone else. Get your own custom card. It's fun. Let me make sure
Cap's making me really nervous.
their qualities are all up to speed.
Uh, I feel like these watches are gonna break at any time.
Probably. Honestly, if Cap breaks his watches, I mean, what's he gonna do with his loadout? He put so much, item economy into it that how does he come back? He's got to get
Band
really
printer.
lucky. I mean, he has the band printer, which is good, but I don't know.
Oh,
It's like Dan went for the watch in the potential instead of going for the watch printer. It looks like he doesn't want to lose any speed, which is entirely fair as well.
yeah. He's got a pretty good build here.
I agree. There is a scrapper on RPD as well. Unfortunately, Cap didn't see that. He didn't really explore enough. I just saw it on Cabbage's screen though. It was in the
Cabbage
back
finding the
cave.
loot and missing the chance shrine 4 times.
Oh boy.
It's a very expensive med kit. Okay, he's
Good.
trying to concede.
And Cabbage is out of stage 3. Looks
Wonder
like
if we're gonna
Dan
see
is
him.
gonna play a little bit of the scrapper kind of game. He's gonna go a little bit macro here and try to craft a better build. If he
It's a
does
good play.
that and he gets some green scrap, he can get bans without losing his feather, which is the big scare for stage 4 actually right now. That might be
Uh-huh.
why Cap doesn't want to go into it.
I saw he printed 1, but you're right. He's very reserved with it.
Did he
Does
actually click?
Cabbage?
No.
Cabbage does not have any scrap. So we'll see what his play is.
Ultimately, I mean, we'll just see if there's any scrappers on the stage. It looks like that's what Cap's looking for right now. He doesn't really have that much money, but he's just praying for a scrapper for bans. Losing out on the whip and the feather would be catastrophic here for his build, so it would pretty much mean he loses watches next stage or at Mythrix. There is a Void Cradle in the middle level. We'll get to see what that is probably.
You'd hope for polyloot here, right?
Oh yeah.
Or maybe safer spaces.
Vrit. Interesting.
Is that on the... That might be on the bingo sheet.
Is it?
I'm not
I
sure.
don't
If
know.
you have it, you have it.
What was last week? Don't remember. I'm actually surprised that Dan didn't print any watches here. Looks like he
Well,
might be trying to save for something else, some speed maybe.
he's still doing TP, so who
He
knows?
scrapped before it though, so I kind of figured he would, but maybe you go back later. I'm
I
not
saw
sure.
him... He went to the elixir.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he wants to, like, get the void cradles before he gets watches. Although he already has a watch, so... Oh, he
I
got
don't
that
know.
from the potential. I'm dumb.
Cabbage missed something he wanted out of the adaptive chest. He missed a ukulele and wings, unfortunately. Wings would have been a pretty nice skip for him, so
Yeah. I think he did give Gopus to an equipment drone, though.
yep, which is a fair play also. Getting a skiff would be absolutely huge for anyone in this loadout right now. So
Cabbage is looting more than I expected.
I mean, I think people just tend to loot more in loadouts they're just uncomfortable with. And there he goes. He's kind of going in the band printer a bit. He lost his ukulele. He lost his squid polyp. He lost his red whip. It's starting to get kind of risky though. Losing his feather would be tough. I'm scared. I don't want to. I don't want to see him lose the feather, dude. Dan is back to scrapping as he goes. Dan is playing this one a little bit slower, but keep in mind that, while it may look like he's behind right now, during the Mythrix fight, he might accrue enough damage and loot just to blaze past the other guys. So we'll see. Cabbage is really going into this band printer. He has gotten a lot of bans, and he's risking the feather every time, and he's just getting lucky. And there goes the feather. So he might just go fully all in, I think, here.
I think that's a good play.
It's scary.
That point. Yeah, it is really scary.
And there goes Dan into the watch printer as well. Everyone has kind of been going into printers here, so, we'll see.
Shame that Dan did not take the time to scrap his greens.
I know, because he was already there, and he's going to go into next stage and not be able to get the band printer because he has such few greens, right? He doesn't really want to use the ukulele, the red whip, or the feather, but maybe he'll risk it. Who knows? Cabbage is really low on health. He might actually lose his elixir here, but no, he's looking good. Scary, though.
More speed. That's
Cap,
good.
by the
Cap
way, is done
really
with
struggling.
stage 5 teleporter boss. But I don't know how Cap is going to beat Mythrix.
I don't know how he's going to beat pillars.
Oh, yeah, he has to do pillars.
He has one mocha.
If
and a
there
red whip.
was a bingo for being on a separate stage for everybody, that would have been it just a minute ago. So, by the way. Yes, thank you, Brie. I don't know if that one stayed.
Oh, raincoat. That might be on the card.
Is it? There wasn't one? Okay. Kay's the bingo master. Just see if he'll post in chat when there's a bingo update or something, probably. And a square has been fulfilled. Now, Dan walked up, he saw that band printer right next to TP, and he probably had some choice words about not scrapping it.
Crikey.
Ooh, Cap got a safer spaces up top above the teleporter on stage 5. And
interesting.
So that for him is massive. He also got another feather on this stage, and he's going to get another one too. He's going to get 3 feathers. No, he's not. He's actually going for a little bit of crit instead of an extra feather there, which I guess is absolutely
fair. If he finds a speed printer, he could skip. Host discovered like a new tech last night. I won't spoil it because I'm sure he wants to show it off, but if you have safer spaces, there's a way to get up there if you have enough speed.
Interesting. I think I know what it is. But I won't say it. And it looks like Cap is getting out of here. All right.
Oh, Cabbage said he forgot he had feather.
Oh.
And he is now on stage 5.
Well, so if we just take his stage 4 alone, it might have been like a mistake for him to do that. But fortunately, we have extra feathers on the stage, so he's good. But in the moment, it can definitely be a big mistake. For all he knew, that was his only feather in the whole run, right? So, but he's okay. He got lucky. And here we go. Cap is on the moon.
Somewhere.
We'll see Cap in like 3 minutes when he actually gets to a single pillar, and then we'll see what he does.
Does he have any healing? He still doesn't really have healing.
No.
Not even a drone.
He's really dependent on the safer spaces just to block damage for him right now.
Or no, he has 1 elixir. And that's pretty much it.
Ooh, Dan pulled a recycler out of the adaptive chest.
Interesting.
On stage 4. So we'll see how that kind of goes for him. Let's see how that changes stuff up. Also, Cabbage has a gun. So we'll see what what kind of things he can get here. If he gets a control unit, maybe he can get some embody cores or something. That would be nice. Probably the only thing that helps on this stage. For boss items, it's not a worm.
Cabbage getting the feather. Good
There he
play.
goes. He really does need it for Mythrix here.
Shooting the grandparent.
Cap is still not to a single pillar, and if Cap has to do blood pillars, that is really unlucky because he again does not have any healing. He's going to have to throw away his elixir to do it, and he's
Yeah, I would
going to
not do
blood
blood here.
pillars. So here we go.
I think this is gonna break his watches or something.
He needs these watches. Oh,
And there's already two perfecteds back there.
Dan was able to reroll the void crit on stage 4, and he got a Wungus out of it.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, he didn't get like a void key or anything, but
ATG
why?
in that chest.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
he's
I
actually
think
gonna go
he's
into the
gonna go
band
into
printer.
printer.
Yeah, he's gonna risk his feather. There's crabs shooting. He's got to be careful. Lost his whip. A little bit unfortunate. Whip helps with shift damage or utility damage, and there goes the feather. So he's probably just thinking, you know what? Let's just go. Same thing Cabbage did. Just going all in from here. And Dan has a lot of damage. He has 8 watches. He's gonna have like 8 or 9 bands at least. So
Ugh, Cap.
I don't know. Were there any other pillars? Because I would have done a mass pillar at this point just to save time on Mythrix at least with the watches. But I don't know.
I did not see.
I didn't see either.
Maybe he's only planning on doing one. There are 2 back here. All right. Yeah, at least he has power mode for this part.
And Cabbage got a planula from the boss with the gun. What do you think about that?
Huge. You might be a little behind if that just
I am.
happened.
I am. Well, it didn't just happen, but I am behind you a little bit.
I mean, it'll probably be okay.
Actually, I think it's okay for phase 2, Mythrix.
Yeah.
Because you can power mode and just heal up from the wisps. I think that'll be fine. So Dan's coming into this stage with the Recycler, which is actually putting him a little bit ahead from me right now. Because if he rerolls that Ben's Raincoat, he could get something potentially really
Ooh,
good. If he sees the gun, he can reroll that too. Cap is playing a dangerous game here.
yeah, there goes
Cabbage
his
got the
elixir.
safer spaces.
And now if he dips below that threshold, his watches are gone. 80% of his damage just nuked.
And he hasn't even finished one pillar yet. And he has no healing.
Ugh.
This will be better for Dan because he'll have the Wungus. He's actually going to reroll this Needle Tick here as well. And Void
Cap.
Crit. He's going to say no
Oh,
to that one.
there goes the watches.
Cap.
And then he gets a Leptin right after. That hurts to watch.
I can't help but feel like the blood pillars were the wrong play. I don't know if there were other pillars, that being said, so I can't speak too much to that, but that's tough. That's really tough.
Cap.
I don't think that Cap is going to have a good Mythrix fight, though. He went so fast, and that was kind of all of his damage, so.
And he also didn't really go into the band printer either.
He didn't. He has 2 bands and an ATG, whereas everyone else also has way more bands at 10 plus with an ATG, so we'll see. And he
Cabbage is right
still
here.
might die to this blood pillar. I mean, he won't die directly to it, but
Can it kill you, or does it drop you to 1?
if I recall, it puts you at 1.
He should
But
just
I
go for it then.
could be totally wrong. I don't know if he knows for sure, right? So he might be thinking, like, I don't want to do science right now. I'd
Right.
rather just know what I know. Just be safe on it. He should just, go for it. He's one shot anyways. Yeah, but I mean, if it does kill him, then. Oh,
There it
he
is.
runs right into an
Plus
orb.
5.
The first +5 in the event today.
I think that was inevitable, to be honest. If not there, it would have been on Mythrix.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Cabbage doing the same thing, and the planula
The planula
really
coming
helping.
in. He's sitting
He's
there with
taking
power
no damage
mode,
on these blood pillars. He's probably
just
actually healing.
absorbing. Maybe a little bit, yeah.
And look at the difference
I just
between
looked
Caps
over
and
and
Cabbages.
Cap fell like all the way down, but he had saber spaces. Jesus. Well, good luck, Cap. But even though he's the first to Mythrix, this is going to be an example of speed versus acceleration. He got here first, but his run is just so worse off compared to the other two guys.
I think he could potentially beat Dan.
Maybe. It depends how slow Dan goes here, I think. Oh, and Dan just leaves. He didn't get the brain coat here on the stage, and it looks like he didn't look for any other equipment to reroll for a post skip either. So he's just out recycler on the moon.
Huge loss. And
That
Dan
is
has
tough.
9 watches and 11 bands.
Interesting. Cap stream just slow mode for me. All right.
The Cap face was too powerful.
Yeah, I guess so.
And Cabbage about to go up to the fight. Cap lost so much time there.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at how slow this fight is gonna be. He's gonna be done with this fight in 20 minutes. It is brutal.
And Cabbage is caught up to him in real time, basically.
Yep. And Dan losing that whip early, he's just so slow going through that tunnel. It's gonna take him a long time. There were mass pillars. There were 3 mass pillars. Honestly, if I were
Okay.
Cap, I would have done mass. I know you don't want to because like they take a lot longer, but when you have no healing and you have to lose all your watches to do blood and walk all the way over there with no speed, I don't know.
I think Cap was just playing too fast and he forgot about it probably.
It's tough.
Or he was looking for a drone and just couldn't find one.
That too. I mean, we can see
I mean,
that Cabbage and Dan both have the healing drones still from the early stages here on the moon.
It's such an easy thing to forget about and be like, oh yeah, I actually need healing.
Yeah.
I can't just never take damage. Nobody's that good, not even Cabbage. Look at that. As he eats a fucking hammer slam. Yummy, yummy. And Cabbages surpassed Cap in real time.
I'm about like 3 to 4 seconds behind you on Cabbage because YouTube. I don't want to speed it up right now though, because it's in the middle of the fight. Yeah, and there we go. Cabbage is already way past him. Cabbage is in a phase 2 Mythrix. I mean, I do think that Cap has potential to beat Dan if Dan screws up here.
Yeah, Dan would definitely have to screw up.
I mean, Dan is kind of doing the same thing that Cap did. He has healing this time, so that's okay. But you know, he's still going to the blood pillars. He's walking all the way there. He has to call the elites, which take a lot of time.
Dan just
And we'll
has
see
so
if he
much
dies.
damage.
He does have a lot of damage. It just depends
And
when
like this is
Dan
where I worry
gets
about
into the
Cap
fight.
too.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
Cap.
no
Because
healing
like
here.
he actually takes perma damage. Not like the fake E8 debuff. No, Cap
Yeah,
is pretty
he has
much
no
taking
healing.
permanent damage.
Yeah. Cabbage on to phase 3. Cap is utilizing his stealth kit.
Oh,
Oh, that orb. Oh. And he just doesn't have the movement speed to really get away from these wisps that well, and that's another +5 for Cap. Cabbage is doing pizza. He does have saber spaces, so he's good even if he gets hit here. He's good.
just got an elephant. Dan took a recycler to the moon. Huge.
Yeah. Dan on to his second pillar. Honestly, I mean, he can go pretty much as slow as he wants in pillars right now, and I think he still beat Cap at this point. The damage will just carry him. He has a Mythrix, or he has a Feather for Mythrix too, so.
And Cap still needs to not die on
Yeah.
phase 3. I can see like 2 or 3 more +5s from Cap easily.
Oh, Jesus.
Especially when he was doing that. My God.
Yeah, Cap was trying to get away from the shots, and he ran into like the fire puddle. That is scary.
Oh,
It looks like
Cabbage going for the phase
Cabbage.
4 skip.
Yeah, yeah. Don't spoil me. I know he's gonna go for it right now, though. Oh, it Mythrix just dashed out of the way. That would have been it too. Looks like he's
Yeah,
just
I'm
gonna
very
wait
ahead.
till Mythrix jumps back in, which is perfectly fine. I'll speed up after he does phase 4.
I have
And
to
there we
delay
go.
my reactions.
You can react now. Whoa, phase 4 skip.
You did it.
Yeah, so good job. That's also a bingo square, I believe. Phase 4 skip. Good job for Cabbage.
That Prion, beginning of phase 3 on Cap, did not do very much.
Nope, no, he only had 2 bans, 0 watches, 0 other damage to help him out here. Didn't get an ATG that rolled. I mean, it's just unfortunate.
Dan's probably going to have the fastest Mythrix fight here, and I think he can probably prevent Cabbage from getting bonus points. I bet this will take like 3 minutes for him to do.
Yeah, we'll see.
And he is in-game time. He's a minute behind. So he can easily prevent bonus points here, I think. Yeah, look at that damage.
Yeah, if Dan loses watches, though, then not good. He didn't get the safer spaces from stage 5, actually. That is unfortunate. He does have to play this fight a little bit more careful than Cabbage did because of that. So we'll see. He could absolutely get into a position where he loses watches. Honestly, Cabbage having the Planula, having the safer spaces with all the damage he did just kind of worked out for him. So
Very
with
true.
this loadout specifically. Let's bring Cabbage in and see what he has to say about the first win in the loadout. Hello, Cabbage.
Hello, Race.
Solid run. Solid run.
Yeah, you got first. How's it feel?
It was a pretty bad run, all things considered.
How did you
Like,
feel
just-
about that Planula pickup,
When is-
actually?
It helped with the pennies.
When
Oh,
is
that's
it not
true.
a bad run? I feel like you say that every single time you come in here.
Like sub 20,
Like
sub
20
20
minutes
is pretty
ahead of
good.
everyone. Pretty bad run.
Yeah, just
Sub
compared to
20.
what it could have been,
Okay,
you
if
know?
that's your standard.
It could have been much better, so that's what I base it off of.
I mean, you had a watch printer, you had a band printer, you got a feather.
I didn't go into the watches because my items were too good.
Another plus
Didn't
5
want to
for
lose any
Cat.
speed. Why did he do that?
It looks like Dan went into the watch printer and the band printer. He was the only one to do both. Cap went in a little bit to the watch printer and then lost his watches that bled. So,
Prediction get fucked. 72% of people said Cap would win. 28% Cabbage would win. And
really?
Why did
0 Dan would win.
0%.
Why did they say that? What?
Somebody put 100 points down on Dan.
What the hell? That's so funny. Oh man. Do I have a Cabbage gets a loadout? Yeah, I do. That's on the bingo as well. Good.
Yeah, we had like speed, so unless you scrapped, the watch printer was kind of bait.
There was a scrapper on stage 3. Dan went into.
Was there?
Yeah, it was in the cave next to the teleporter on that side of the map.
Oh, so you just crossed the map twice, or yeah?
Yeah. Which is
Okay.
probably why Dan is so far behind actually right now. He didn't even really loot that much on stage 5, but he spent majority of his time in this run in stage 3, I think.
He's actually not. I think he might be done before Cap, to be honest.
Yeah, like real time. I mean, look at his damage. Like,
Fourth of his health just gone.
boop.
Yeah, I forgot I had a feather, so I just went all on the band printer. And I was
Yeah.
like, why can't I jump twice anymore? Something's wrong. And then I realized,
That
Also-
Planula was huge.
Yeah, losing
The
the
blood
wings and the
pillars?
adaptive chest too, you would have had
Oh, Dan!
such a...
Yeah.
Oh, Dan with a
yeah.
+5.
Well,
Why?
that's
What did he do? I looked away. I looked at Cap.
He ate some pizza.
Oh, pizza slice. That's a pizza +5.
Oh
You have
no.
that in your bingo.
Oh, Cabbage, you're looking at some bonus points now.
Yeah,
Is
One
he gonna
free.
bonus point.
recycle Mythrix?
Yeah, he is. Just you wait.
Alright.
Believe that is on the bingo card.
That really sucks for Dan because that was all of his damage. He had 9 watches and now they're
Oh, he
gone.
doesn't have safer spaces, that's why.
No. He didn't really loot
That's
stage 5, despite having
unlucky.
the recycler
Safer
there.
was stage 4. Oh no, it was stage 5. Yeah. That's unlucky.
And
But
Cap
yeah, I
is
missed
gonna
those
finish
wings,
real
and I
time. Yeah, I
was
saw.
very sad that I missed them.
Dan picked up the
Would've-
recycler early on, I think, in the adaptive chest
Where?
without seeing those or something. I don't know.
Where was that?
In an adaptive chest. Pulled it out of it at
Hmm,
some point.
interesting.
Good job on that one, Cabbage.
Pretty standard run. Just played it safe.
Cap went a little
Cap-
bit too much on the initial speed, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was kind of afraid of doing that.
He was like 5 minutes ahead of you at one point, and then he got to Blood Pillars, and you like caught up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blood pillars were kind of scary. I don't know if we all had the same initial spawns
mean-
there, but
With Planula, I think you did. Planula was huge. You're just healing up.
yeah, I mean power mode. I had a wrap, so and
Cap,
double
meanwhile,
healing drone.
breaks all of his watches.
Yeah.
Cap is okay.
He has 0 healing. It's
Healing
tough.
drones. Healing drones were nice.
He didn't even buy any. He was going too fast
Yeah,
in the early game and stuff.
classic Cap.
Classic.
About to spend 3 minutes on stage 2 and throw the rest of the run.
Kinda just seeing if Dan throws his second place lead here to this end of the Mythrix fight. If he dies 2 more times, then he's out. If he just
How
takes
would
2
he
more
die
slices
2
of
more
pizza.
times here?
Did you watch the last Dan race or?
Why is
The
this
most-
skip here?
The
He's not
most
gonna get to skip, what?
impressive Dan spectacle I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, Dan.
No, there's one. All right, hold
If
on.
he gets another +5, Cap beats
What
him.
is he doing?
Okay, now he has to go through phase 4, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh no.
Did you get the phase 4 skip, Cabbage?
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
Dan. Please.
Dan. You just gotta not get orbed. He got
If
the
he
void
eats an
sent
orb.
back. Yeah. That's 11 bands worth of
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, there isn't really a reason to go into like 11 band unless you have 0 good greens.
He didn't really
Like
have
the difference
any.
between
He lost the
the
feather,
difference
but-
between like 5 and 10 bands isn't that big.
Yeah.
But like I thought I didn't have any good green items.
Oh yeah, spring
Forgot I had
cap
a
in
feather.
here. Hello, Cap.
What's up?
Nice first run of the
What's
day.
up?
We felt it.
Yeah, very good. Very clean.
Very nice, very nice. Yes.
Yeah.
You
that was
almost
heartbreaking.
you almost pulled ahead of Dan there at the
Uh,
end when he almost danned it, but
I mean,
Oh,
he still
yeah.
might.
Unfortunate.
We'll see.
I mean, yeah, he could grub
Uh,
it.
He
did
just
you guys
did-
see how I lost my watches?
We did.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, no active healing and just relying on the Lepton Daisy that I wasn't able to get both times to
That was
keep
the
me alive.
saddest thing I've ever seen. Like,
Ah.
as soon as you break your watches, the lepton goes off.
I know. And then I missed it the first time too because I had to leave the radius and I had to stay in power mode or else I would have taken permanent damage. It was a mess.
I mean, you basically were. You had 0 healing. All damage was
Yeah.
permanent damage.
If you had to do
Yeah.
it again, would you do blood or would you do mass?
I probably would have done 1 blood, 1 mass. I think 1 blood was fine, but yeah, obviously that second one cost me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been able
You
to deal
were
with the Mythrix fight a
way,
lot
way
easier
ahead.
with 4 watches.
Yeah.
Was I really that far ahead?
You were
were.
ahead.
Did anyone find a pillar skip?
There was one in
No.
the adaptive chest, but Cabbage didn't pull it out.
Oh, cool. He's not a gamer. Good.
No, unfortunately.
Cabbage got a gun, and he got Planula, and then blood pillars were nothing for him.
Oh, I guess that's true. Damn. Yeah, I was looking on Sky Meadow and didn't find any equipments. Was it in like a chance shrine or something?
I think he was on stage 4. Cabbage would know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, stage 4.
I didn't even
Interesting.
notice.
Cave. I went back to the cave.
Let's bring in
Dan
Dan.
+5 twice during Mythrix. There
Yeah,
he
hey
is.
Dan.
Hi.
Hey.
How's it going?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good. I'm annoyed
You've
with myself.
secured second place.
It's sick.
Secured.
Secured.
I mean,
Oh,
overall,
dear.
like it wasn't that bad of a run, right? It was just the loadout was a little bit
fine.
tough. Like everyone wasn't really used
Low
to it. But you
mobility.
guys
Mhm.
had some stuff for you. But I mean, it was just, one of those.
Just slow.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it was some.
Yeah. The 2 Heath on stage 1 really got my hopes up. Exciting. Here we go.
Yeah.
High speed. Yeah, no.
So Dan,
Lost
you
one of
spent.
those to the watch burner.
Yeah.
Dan, you spent a lot of time in like stage 3, and you spent more time than anyone else on the first 2 stages as well. And then on stage 5, you just decided to up and go, which was totally fair. But you missed out on some stuff on that stage. You missed out on the saver spaces specifically above the teleporter.
Oof.
Would have been kind of nice for you.
Mm.
And then you had the recycler. You're the only one who had it. And right across from the teleporter,
Goddamn.
right across the rock field, was a red. It was a brain coat. I really
Shit.
wanted to see what was in there if you rerolled it, but it's
Dang.
fine. It doesn't matter.
It's always like the two sides of that coin of like just know when to go, gotta go, but also if you don't scout the stage
No,
enough, you don't know what you're missing. It sucks.
It's a hard balance.
I totally
balance.
see why you left, and I totally respect it. It's just like I would have liked to see those extra things found, but
Yeah.
as
Definitely.
a caster with hindsight, but it's
Yeah.
tough. I
True.
didn't see any outright pillar skip that was like anywhere obvious, so you guys just all do pillars anyway. So
Sick.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
I
Awesome.
mean, we had a race. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but like everyone had to do pillars like all day. So maybe we'll see another one of those days today.
That's the worst.
That'd be
That's
horrible.
awful.
Please don't do that to
So the
us.
entire time, you're just like, someone got a pillar skip. Where was it? I'm the only one doing this. I'm an idiot loser. Why am I?
Yeah.
That
I mean-
that is actually the feeling, yeah.
Void Fiend, you'll probably be able to skip, but Rex and Mander,
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll
see if we get
we'll
enough
hope.
speed on Void Fiend to actually pillar skip.
That would be tragic.
Commando
Yeah,
looks
that's true.
great. Commando loadout right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll roll up the tree.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna run to the loo. BRB.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll start it up when Dean gets back. But how you guys feeling
so
about
on the bingo.
Is it? Do I have a bingo score for that? I
Should just
don't.
be a free square.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no,
the
it's
plus 5.
Space.
So for loadout 2, you guys get to do the same stages again. You just rolled
Dope.
that
Yeah,
way.
nice
So
variety. Thanks.
yeah.
Yep. It's okay because
Oh.
we got Siphon Forest and Aphelion Sanctuary on Rex, so
That is true.
That's gonna be a great finale.
god damn it.
And no pot rolling today either. Shame. I know everyone loves to do that and to watch it, so. So for when you guys play Commando, how close to your preferred loadout is this one? Because for me, it's the entirely opposite. I hate this one.
Really?
I like the M2.
Yeah, I think this is almost speedrun loadout. I think Suppressive Fire is probably better in speedruns, but obviously it's not full speedrun runs that we are doing. So
Yep.
this loadout sucks.
It's like in the
But
middle.
The roll is obviously the worst part about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no situation where you want that. ever.
Yeah. No.
No ban procs on this.
Pillar
Yes.
skip is easier with that roll.
Yeah,
True.
sprint
You
speed.
should do it.
Sprint speed doesn't scale with the roll at all. So once you actually get a few drinks, you're actually faster just running than you are rolling. It actually slows you
hate
down.
that. Like you
It's
press
amazing.
shift to get a boost, and it's awful.
Yeah,
It's like when you
so-
like get like enough speed and use egg to go faster, and it actually makes you slower. It's such an awful
Mhm.
feeling.
Anyway, if you guys are ready, let's jump into it.
Good to go.
All right.
We're ready.
Good luck, guys.
All right.
Good luck, guys.
All right,
Good
good
luck.
luck.
Shoo. Trying to boot cabbage out. All right, here we go. Loadout 2. And everyone is jumping in. Okay. Bonus point rules for 3 players are 1 extra bonus point and a maximum of 1 extra bonus point for a 7-minute lead for first place.
Differs a little bit from the 4-player races. In those, you can get up to 2, and it's 5 minutes. So these are harder to get, and there's less of them to go around.
Yeah. We found that when we were doing 3-player loadout races with 2 extra possible bonus points at 5 minutes, if you beat 2 people and they just happen to die stage 1 or something, you get like double a loadout, which was really hard to come back with. And they just were a little bit too free. So we wanted to make them a little bit harder and a little bit more fair for 3 players. Because in 4-player loadouts, you're beating 3 other people. In this, you're only beating 2. And we also have a lower point value in the 3-player loadout races anyway, so it made sense just to cut it down to 1 extra.
It's annoying though when you're 6 minutes faster than somebody.
Oh, I know. Feels like you should get rewarded almost a little bit, but them's the rules. What is spinning around on Cap screen? That's him.
It's a good question.
That's Cap. That's full Cap right there. With a John Souls color scheme, it looks like.
He used to bully me for putting dancing old men gifs in the corner of my stream, and now he's
As
doing
you
the
should.
exact same shit.
As you should
As
get
is
bullied.
proper
Sorry. No, I
for a
mean.
man of my distinguished.
Oh, it looks like Dan found a gun immediately on stage 1. It's that equipment barrel that's kind of near everyone right now. We'll see if they get it. And looking at the stages, they have a good opportunity to get a really good boss item stage 3 and 4.
True.
They have Molten Perforator, they have Shatter Spleen on both of those stages. So we'll see.
And Gome?
And Gore's Tome.
For everybody.
Yeah, everyone has like the same items right now, actually. Like exactly. Yeah, they all took kind of a very similar route. So.
Yeah. The only difference is Cap is kind of ahead.
A little bit.
Except not really, because time-wise, they all took like pretty much the exact same route.
No one's really starting teleporter yet. Is Cap going to go for the mountain shrine here? Or is he just going for the extra loot? One of them might be thinking, all right, Cabbage does it. One of them might be thinking, hey,
surprised.
I'll just use my
Okay.
gun now, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens.
Mountain Shrine on stage 1 commando?
I don't know. We'll see.
Interesting play.
It's going to take a little bit more
he's
time.
Gonna shoot
but
one.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that would be
But
kind of a waste, but maybe not. Maybe
do
holding on
too.
to a gun for so long maybe is the thing that he doesn't want to waste or something.
Yeah, there
Tome
he
of
goes.
Titans, yeah. Oh, we'll see how that works out for him, honestly. And then Neural, and he just picks it up. Boom. Interesting.
Okay.
Not what I would have done. But again, I play a lot differently. I don't play as fast as these guys, so maybe this is the play. Just shoot it and
I
go.
wouldn't have done that. But Mountain Shrine, I think, is on the bingo.
Is it? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would really... We'll see how far the other 2 racers hold on to the guns today. I imagine that, we'll see.
Stage 1 TP. You got a ban, stage 1 TP.
Oh, nice.
I did
I
see
thought
a
you
gas
said
printer here.
Dan, and I was like, what did he do? Does the
Yeah,
roll
Dan
give you
dropped stage
iframes? No. Roll is basically worse than running in pretty much every scenario, except stopping yourself mid-air if you're falling. That's pretty much
They
it.
should give you iframes. That's a good
should.
idea.
It should. And it's not that the devs never thought about it. They thought about it and they consciously chose for it to not give you iframes for whatever reason. So it's just one of those abilities.
When I roll, I'm invincible. I know that. Armor piercing round printer, but again, 0
Stage
white
1.
items. So
Yeah. There's also a gas printer too and an FMP on the stage, but that's not going to be used ever.
and taking a lot of hits.
He has taken a lot of hits. He's kind of... It might be just one of those things. Like, again, these are usually loadouts that these players aren't really accustomed to, so could just be throwing him off of it. You know, you play Commando and you kind of utilize the slide a lot, and you get around everywhere, you get good position, but it's the same thing we had like Huntress last week with the normal big blink, and players were just getting hit a lot because they just relied so much on just being able to dodge anything with a click of a button instead of actually positioning themselves better. Could just be the same type of scenario. It's very easy to do too. Unfortunately, this band is useless for these players right now also. Cabbage found another band also. Because they have no way of proccing bands. They don't have grenades or phase round, both of which would be very nice for that, but
There's not been a single white item so far.
nope. That's how it goes, dude. Every time you get a good printer. Uh-oh, Dan.
Oh, Dan.
That's the...
Hmm. That's on the square too. Death on stage 1. What happened there? I didn't see.
He tried to roll across the gap and just didn't fucking make it.
Oh. That's the
Oh.
worst.
All right, that's also a fall damage death bingo square, so yeah. All right. Good job, Dan. That's going to be like another featured clip on the channel for this week.
This is bad PR for the Struth Sweep
Yeah.
esports organization, whatever.
Oh, dude. So we talk about it sometimes, but one of the bigger things about the races and competing these things is the mental game. And having a stage 1 death, that hurts a lot. So we'll see if Dan could pick himself back up through the course of this loadout and just play well, but it's going to be hard to when you have that +5 hanging over your head all run, just telling you, whispering in your ear, like you could have just not done that and won or whatever. You could have been better. But there's also wings on this stage as well and a shrine. So Cat might be looking to get rid of his gun, but honestly, I don't know. I don't know how important it is to hold on to a pillar skip here this early when you're commando and you're still looking for damage. But we'll see.
I
We'll
don't
see what they
know.
decide.
I mean, you definitely don't want to be stage 5 without a pillar skip.
It's
That's
true.
probably what Cabbage was thinking by getting rid of it immediately. Because
I
now he's not
imagine
going to
so.
have the same like moral quandary here.
It looks like Dan found a bleed and a watch, a dagger from the chest right next to TP, so he should be able to take this boss out pretty fast. So Dan has something to think about as well. He knows he's 5 minutes behind everyone else, at least. And so he's got to be thinking, all right, do I go for riskier loot plays or do I just rush? It looks like Cap is going to take the wings and he is using the gun on the stage. He's just going to hope for a
Okay.
printer of some sort, a boss printer at some point. See if that can come up. Dan has not found the wings yet because he's going a little bit fast through this stage. So even if he does find the wings, he might feel more obligated to take the gun because he hasn't used it yet. But we'll see. Cap isn't picking up the neural yet either because he's acknowledging that there might be a recycler somewhere around, which is also very fair play. It means he's going to be looting a little bit more on the stage, and he's not done yet.
Where did he get that shuriken?
He got it from a chest near the wings in the cave, near where the newt spawns.
Interesting.
Which is really good for him because that means he can use bans.
It's a band proc.
Mm-hmm. Very, very powerful. So if the other players do not find that, which I don't know if Dan's going to go that way, that's very sad. It looks like Cabbage is just leaving without it. Unfortunate. Oh, no, he's starting teleporter. Never mind. I thought he was done. Looks like Cabbage looted up a lot more of this map. A lot more.
I mean, they have that Gome. I'm actually
They
surprised
do.
he didn't hit it earlier.
Yeah.
He's going to be leaving here with a lot of money.
That is one thing. When you start the teleporter events chat room, you actually gain less money for every kill for every enemy that spawns during the teleporter event. But Gore's Tome drops are the same amount regardless of if it's during a teleporter or not. So it's a good way to farm up money without any interest loans being taken from your account. So.
Mm-hmm. Generally, what I found is with the teleporters, if you just hit it instantly and don't loot at all, you'll be able to open like 2 or 3 chests. If you have Gore's Tome, that can go up to like 6 or 7.
It depends how lucky you get, of course, too. But I think if you have 2 Gore's Tomes, you can pretty much just generally do teleporters right from the start.
So I wonder what Dan's thinking here. He saw the skip. He's already done TP. So it looks like he's just going to keep the gun.
Well, I mean,
Which-
I'm thinking because Dan plays closer to how I play, so I'm thinking that he's thinking, hey, the next 2 stages have potential for really good boss items, and I could come back with one of those. So that might
I mean,
be
for
kind
Dan,
of.
I think it's the right play.
I think it's the right play as well.
He has to do things differently from the other 2.
Mm-hmm. He's got to
At this
make a
point.
risk. He's got to do something different. That's why, like, usually when people go into the blue portals and stuff to try to, push ahead that list of cauldron items they can see, I like seeing that. Try to just see if they can get something else, something different. But here we go. Dan is leaving with the gun, so we'll see what boss he gets on stage 3. We'll see.
I
I'm
mean,
actually
anything
excited.
here would be great. Worst case scenario, he gets Mired Urn, but that's still really fucking good.
We have a family event, by the way, on stage 3. I just noticed right now.
Ooh,
So that is also a bingo square, by the way. So
been a while since we
Dan
had one.
could get a Grove Tender here. He could get a little disciple.
Interesting.
Unless, of course, he gets an unfortunate horde of many Greater Wisp. So, do you think it would be better for him to go for a little disciple over like an imp or a worm?
I mean, he has no speed. I think even a Mired Urn might be better. I don't know.
Well, Myrdern's off the table completely for this point in the run.
Oh yeah, that's true. I might just hold on to it.
Really? I don't know. I
mean,
think I might go
they-
for the little disciple. I'm not sure.
They got Abyssal coming up. It's a tough call. For me, it would depend on what other equipment is here.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's nothing I want, I might just hold on to it.
It's tough because it's not like they have any crits. It's not like they have things that would make Molten Perforator better, right? I mean, Dan has a few watches, but actually it looks like Dan is going to go... Is there a watch printer, or did he just find these? Where are these from?
I think he just found them.
I think he
Couple
just
of
found
them
them
were
too.
from potentials. He
Yeah.
opened some chests.
And there's the Grove Tender. Oh, man. Because everyone found the gun early, everyone knows that they could have had a little disciple here, which is kind of interesting. Cabbage
Right.
making sure to take out those fusion cells. He's not taking a chance.
Never again.
It looks like Cabbage should find a shuriken as well, so that's really good for him and his band proc. It looks like everyone should be able to find a band procer on this stage.
I think Dan threw a little bit just a second ago. He took Cautious Slug over Wrap, and I think Wrap is the choice here. Wisp events without it are really rough. And then he gets the Wungus, so he really didn't need it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It's not too bad, though, with Wungus and Slug. He should be fine either way, but Wrap would have helped a lot. The Cap
Look at
is
this.
resorted to hiding in a
Holy
little
shit.
box, in a little hole, just to
He's
beat the
camping.
boss, because he's so... They have no AoE, I just realized. That's why this Wisp event is... Yeah, it's some AoE. Oh, Cabbage is... Cabbage stream died or something.
Technical issues of any kind, that's on the bingo square.
Oh, boom. Is his stream dead for you too? What's gonna...
It is.
Okay, so... I don't know if he'll realize that his internet's actually down. We might see him come back and him be at a later point in the run. If he does realize his internet goes down, hopefully he does pause, but we'll see. We'll wait for Cabbage.
I'm going to jump in there and tell him.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wait, no, I think he's back.
He is back. There we go. He just got the Wungus right now.
Okay.
His stream is lagging for me. I just want to catch up on it. All right. Good. Cabbage is back. No big deal. Small technical difficulty. And Dan, so everyone is getting a little disciple, which is really cool. But Dan is getting 2 of them, which means,
Ooh.
I mean, guess that's his band procer. Which, I mean, we'll
Sure.
see. Yeah. Interesting, though. I bet, like, going into this teleporter, I know Cap was, like, thinking about, he typed in chat, he's like, no little disciple, dude. He was kind of sad about the gun, but hey, got it back.
I
And then
mean,
Cabbage really pulling off a really nice Prayon hug there. Got the full band proc, instant dead boss, so.
oh, did Cabbage not take the pillar skip?
No,
He's
I
got
don't
the
think he
Prayon.
saw it.
Interesting. I think Cap's looking pretty good here then. I'd rather have 1 little disciple and a pillar skip than 2 little disciples and no pillar skip. But it is still kind of early. They might find a vase or something.
There's still time. Though, of course, the next stage is not going to have equipment multi-shops. This stage didn't have equipment multi-shops. So they're really probably looking for stage 5 to just kind of glean the shops and see if they can get something cool. Oh, he dropped wings specifically for it. Interesting. Honestly, with Commando, you might just need damage early. Like, the wings are good later, but if you can't get there, then,
That's true.
something to consider. And Dan just found his AoE after the stage is over, unfortunately. That would have helped him a little bit, but not like they really struggled through it.
Real time, they're all kind of same pace.
Mhm.
Cap is leaving right now. I think Dan is about to go. Dan needs to pick up the pace. He wants
Yeah,
to
with that +5,
offset
he's
this
got to do
+5.
something. Another Void Seed, 2 Void Seeds on stage 4. And they have an overgrown printer, a boss printer for a Neural. Fantastic.
Okay.
They could
a
trade the little
band.
disciples for some extra healing. Oh,
That's the Giga play.
yeah, true. It gives you a little bit of health. It's free.
Do something they would never expect.
It's almost like 2 Bison Steaks.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but
Oh, yeah. Bison Steaks are way better. I mean, if they get a recycler, that would be pretty cool. But, I mean, giving up your little disciple to try to roll for a low chance at something else, like, I don't know, man. It looks like Dan is going into a combat shrine here. Oh, he just got slapped for it. We'll see. He does have his little disciples, so he's just going to try to burst these down really quick. He's trying to do riskier things like that to get some money, which is totally fair. We'll see just how it goes for him.
you gotta at this point.
Do we have a gamble up, by the way? I haven't noticed.
Yes.
Alright, cool. I can't even see. I'll be right back 1 second. Disputed's got you covered for next 30 seconds. Right.
Oh, I have no idea what I'm doing, guys. Okay, banned on Dan there. Again, he needs to pick up the pace here. Oh, double void seed. I believe that's also on the bingo sheet. Is anybody close to a bingo? Just need Drone Man. We might see one today. Honestly, for these types of loadouts, probably what I would try to do, and this can backfire very easily, but I would just hit Newt and hope for a Drone Man here. I think it's kind of your best bet in terms of damage. If you get it and nobody else does, you're chilling. But it is very risky. It can easily backfire. So I don't know if Dan's trying to clear the Void Seed or if he's just killing that gup for the money.
I'm back. I don't know. He might have just feed the gup is kind of just a big problem for the stage. Just get rid of it now while he can. Cap is similarly dealing with an Elder Lemurian in the cave and it's Void Touch. He's gonna get close to a Void Wing Prison. Oh my god, he got it. Jesus. He was stuck
Crit
in
printer.
Wing Prison throughout that entire sequence. Holy.
If
All
there's
right.
an Imp Overlord here, that's gonna be kind of sad.
Yeah, well,
No,
we'll
it's Green
see.
Titan.
All right. Fair enough then. I was gonna say, like, if Dan used the gun early and then didn't get the shatter spleen when there was a crit printer and all that kind of stuff, but I made their choice.
I
mean,
mean,
it's-
I was thinking you get the Shatter Spleen and then you print a Neural. That's what I would do.
I don't even know why I
But
didn't even think of something so obvious. I feel so stupid. There's a Mired
that's
Urn
the
printer,
logical
actually, as
conclusion.
well.
Oh shit!
So there's your Mern, actually. My bad. I said they weren't going to get one, but little did I know. Wowee.
There's 2 yellow printers, and there's one last run, I believe, as
Yeah.
well.
There's 2 yellow printers on the stage and 2 void seeds, so that's not a lot of extra loot. They do have the cave, though, so that is, good source of loot. Some chests, some items. I don't know if it fully offsets that, though. Dan is playing a
Seems-
dangerous game right now. Jesus.
I imagine they're all gonna struggle with this TP a little bit.
Yeah. It looks like... Oh, I thought Cap had started already. Never mind. He did not. I'm glad that Dan is going and doing the teleporter early, though. It seems like Cabbage and Cap are electing to loot around a little bit more and at least kill the Void Seed a little bit before they start up, so...
Who's closest? Dan has 5 left. Cap has 6 left. Cabbage has 9 left.
Did we get a glimpse of how many Void items are actually in the Void Seeds, or no?
I have no idea.
Okay.
It's very important to check, though.
Yeah, because if you spend all that time clearing and then you just get like 2 potentials, like, I would just leave.
It could be even worse than that. It could be literally
No.
just pods.
Yep, just the stocks. And absolutely nothing. By the way, I
had
should
a
mention...
double Void Seed the other day that had not 1 item in 2.
Yeah, I had a double Void Seed yesterday that had 1 item, but that's obviously way worse, your situation. It's just the fact that it's so common is crazy. I should mention, by the way, as well, some people might be looking at Cap and like, why does he look like he's no clipping around? He has wings. He has the item display mod turned on, our in-house mod to turn off all of the items on the character. And that includes equipment, so thumbs up on that if you're confused.
Is that available?
It is available publicly, actually. Item display something. Look up risk of resources on the Thunderstore and you'll find it. It also helps with lag, personally, that I found. Having all those items on a character, especially if you go pretty far into a run and get a ton of items, actually lowers the frame rate a little bit, so I found that it helps me personally.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I found out, or I kind of realized that when I was doing first-person POV mods and stuff, and I was like, why am I getting such higher frame rate? But, yeah, I don't know. Go try it out for yourself. It's fun, too. I don't really personally care about all the items on the character, especially after playing for so long, so... I'm display removal, that's it. Thank you, host.
Okay. They're all doing teleporter, I believe.
Dan is done, but we'll see what he kind of does after here. Looks like he's leaning up a little bit more. We'll just see if he decides to do the Void Seed. Looks like he might be leaving, though. Which would be fair.
Dan needs a skip here. He needs
Prob-
Vase, honestly.
Yeah.
If he finds Vase and the others don't, that's like half of his +5 gone.
That is true. And in the large chest, it was Brainstock. So cool for Cap to actually go and grab it. Nice.
Was that the legendary?
Yep.
I believe that is on the bingo sheet.
The God chest. Someone opened up. Yep, I have that one.
Oh shit, I'm 1 away from a bingo.
Are you?
Yeah, I just need them to do AWU.
Hey, good luck. I mean, you can absolutely skip AWU with Rex's M1, so we'll see if anyone does it. Cap might. He knows how to. And that's a saver spaces for Cap as well in the Void Seed. And
Nice. Oh, Drone Man.
yeah, I was just going to say, Cabbage got drone, which is another bingo square also.
I think that's a bingo for Mark. He was saying that was the last one he needed.
Oh, is it? God,
I
hate
was
Mark.
talking about this earlier. You go to Bazaar and you get the Drone Man, you're set. If they kept the gun to this point too, which is
I
like
know
unreasonable, but
it is unreasonable, but you know, Dio called it. Dude, Disputed loves Drone Man. That's his favorite fucking item in the game.
it's so
And with the
good.
Core's Drone Man, he will go for it every single time that he has an option to. It's true.
It's a pretty big character flaw, not gonna lie.
The other Void Seed they have on this map has one Cradle
Zenith.
and one Potential. Oh, Cabbage's
Oh,
stream died
Cat-
right as he's getting blasted. We'll stay on this frame for a little bit and see what happens.
Photos moments before disaster.
Oh boy. Hopefully he doesn't die off camera, but it's totally possible. It is a pre-spawn Z construct, by the way, chat. If that is another one for you.
And I think Z Construct +5 is also on the bingo.
That is a tech issue, yeah. For a square as well. Reminder, I mean, it's not too late to get your own bingo sheet, by the way, chat room. If you want to get in on the bingo games, type in !bingo and get your your randomly generated card today. Thumbs up.
Looks like they're all struggling with this worship unit.
The construct.
Okay.
Oh, and Cabbage is back. He does not have a +5. It kind of is skipping around for me. It looks like he's good. He's still fighting it, though.
Okay.
Looks like he's good. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know how he would know if his stream's down. He's gonna be like really focusing on the game and stuff, like not even really looking at OBS, I imagine. So
Yeah, we'd have to tell him.
yeah, and then but he's offline, so it looks like there is an egg. So if they find, well, did they need a
You
feather
can-
for this? They can do a roll actually with the egg, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they can just do it with roll.
It's a little bit tricky for them though, so they'd have to know what they're doing, but they could totally do it.
I think if they use the host skip, they can do it.
Cap is in the teleporter right now, and that is an
Oh my
overloading
God.
horde of Elder Lemurians.
I think not
Oh,
only
Cap.
is overloading
my
Elder
God.
Lemurian.
-3
Not only is
watches for Cap.
that sucks. Not only is overloading Elder Lemurian on the card, but Horde of Many is. So that's 2 right there.
Oh, shit. He's really just pulling all of the enemies off the map. He's going to teleport up in about 2 seconds, though. So we'll see a little bit more. There he goes. Okay. I was kind of worried that... Oh, God, he's getting blasted. I was kind of worried that he'd get blasted when he teleports back up.
Yep.
Oh, Cap is... Oh my God! Stop it.
This is the worst teleporter spot.
Dude, I could see the other players dying here easily, but we'll see. Cap is just getting out of there right now. I don't even know how he lived at all. Cabbage. Whoa.
Oh, Vase for Dan.
Cabbage. He's got to get out of here. Okay. Face for Dan. So Dan has to leave, and he knows he has to leave, and he's looking for the teleporter, and he's like, is it down there? It is down there. Dan used his vase here, so he's not going to be able to use his vase to get out of the teleporter once he spawns them in. Get out of here,
It's a
Dan.
good escape route for the next 20 seconds. Oh my God. He's like...
Get out of here,
He was
Dan.
totally unprepared. He
I
had
know.
no idea. Is there a way to make him host off the cliff?
Yeah, that's what Cap did. That's how he got through it. Just fly off the edge, but no one else has wings. So he was the only one that was able to really do that. Is there any TC? I didn't see one.
There's a lot of rally point today, though.
Yeah, there's another rally
Oh.
point ahead, so.
Cabbage just got blasted by that drive by Elder Lemurian. That was so funny.
That's -4 watches for Cabbage, actually. This teleporter is really rough for these guys. Dan is really, honestly, good for him, but he's getting right in there with this Elder, this overloading one, and he's just saying, right, Little Disciple is my only damage. I gotta go in. Gotta
By the
send
way,
it.
who's the first one to get here in real time? That was the prediction. Stage
I
5.
don't know. It might have been Dan, actually. It was Dan.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Real time, it was Dan.
Yeah, okay.
And so, unlucky for Dan, but all of those other Lemurians are now on the top of the stage because they followed him up. So when he finishes this teleporter, he's going to have to go up and fight him. So he's going to have to go on a... Oh, that's actually a bingo square. 99% TP without the boss being dead. Hey, I'll get bingo if he
We're
does
getting through
that.
them all. Holy shit.
Uh-oh, Dan. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Dan
I'm
is like
close.
begging to not host again, dude.
I have 3 potential bingos right now. I need a Z construct +5, ally worship unit red, or a collapse +5.
We'll see. There's been so many Void Seeds today, and no one's really died from collapse at all. They've been kind of playing pretty well, so. Yeah, Dan's
There
death
has
was on
been
stage 1, yes.
an absurd amount of void seeds so far. I'm impressed nobody +5'd.
For the boss, yeah, absolutely. Hey, I got a bingo, baby.
Good shit.
I need like a physical bell I could just ring in my house. For when I
Yeah,
get a
wake up the
bingo.
neighbors.
Yeah. Ding, ding. Cap, I'm actually surprised he's not leaving, but he's looting up a little bit more before he goes, but he's out of here now. Cap will be the first one to the moon.
Okay. Kind of low on damage.
Everyone's a little bit low on damage here, unfortunately. I would rather... Well, I don't know. Did Cap go back to hit the Void Seed? No, he left with the Void Seed still active. Unfortunate. I would have liked to see if there was like a Plimper Pilot there or something. Dan is really... It is taking him a very long time to kill this Elder. And because of that, right, that doesn't bode well for Mythrix. Cap's going to get to the arena maybe first by this point, so... And
I mean,
looks like
he
he has a
probably
better
will,
time.
but if Dan leaves right now, he can beat Cap with the vase.
I mean, he'll beat him to the arena, but Cap looks like he has a better fight ahead of him too. He has
Maybe.
safer spaces. He has
I mean,
Shuriken.
he does,
I
but Dan
like these.
has all of his watches still. Dan has 3 watches.
Yeah, I mean that's something. Cabbage is dealing with this Elder just stuck in the pit, and
I
here
think that
Dan
might have been
goes.
a waste of a vase.
See, everyone or like most everyone says that if you use the vase immediately, it's actually faster. By the time you get here, it'll be up. But
Depends on your speed.
I have never tested it myself. Yeah,
It
no
completely
idea.
depends on your speed. They had enough to where I think it was not worth.
Looks like Dan might be checking soup. He has to cross this threshold into the ship area, which he'll cross right now. Then he can mark it. He's
He
not
does have
marking the
scrap.
right spot. Dan, you gotta mark the right spot. He doesn't know how to do it. It's okay.
What is
We'll
it?
give him a minute. There he goes. He's gotta
Brain
mark
stocks.
the back. Looks like Cap is still waiting on the ledge, about to go to the arena soon. Dan's gonna need at least another 30 to 40
that Behemoth?
seconds. That is Behemoth for Dan. So
That's huge.
is that a clover that he saw right there? Or what was that? I think that
There's
is.
bands.
Ooh.
Dan has a chance here.
I like Dan's odds.
He still has that +5, but that Behemoth is going to be huge. He lost to Gome. I think that was a pretty good
That was a very good trade. I
trade.
like he needs Gome anyway. Do you think he would have gone for Clover or Behemoth here? Because he
I
has
don't know
Bleed
why.
and ATG.
I don't know.
I don't know if the base damage of
I think
Commando
Behemoth.
here... I mean, Behemoth with
Behemoth.
Little Disciple is pretty good.
100% Behemoth.
Yeah.
I mean, although the Bleed.
The Bleed. And then, ATGs off of Little Disciples would have been good too. It's hard. It's tough. I think Behemoth, but I think that's not as easy a decision that we make it out to be, though. I think it could have been fine either way for him. Either way, it's a huge boost of damage that the others don't have. So the only thing that he's missing is the safer spaces. So if he had safer spaces, he'd be really more willing to get in there to Mythrix to actually use Little Disciple. All he's really has right now in his builds is just roll. He's got to roll around him and use Vase and stuff, so we'll see.
He is getting ahead of Cap. I don't know if it'll be enough, though.
I don't know. We'll see. He is getting slapped, like absolutely slapped. He does have an opal, which is helping him out a bit here, but I don't know.
Cabbage is still struggling on stage 5. Looks like he's about to leave. He does have Drone Man, so we might see a Cabbage win here. I don't know.
I don't think
Cabbage
he
must not
has
have seen the
enough
vase.
drones though to Oh, he's not getting the vase. That is a shame. He has to do
Just didn't see
pillars.
it.
Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense why he spent so long on the stage, hoping for a pillar skip or more drones to help him through the pillars, something, but he just unfortunately didn't find it.
At the very least, Dan is a contender for second.
He does have encrusted key, Cabbage does, so we'll see what he gets there. I think him just doing pillars though is going to take too long. By the time he's done, Dan might be done with at least phase 2 going into
Yeah.
phase 3 easy. So we'll see.
That was Dan finding the vase and everyone else missing it was exactly what he needed.
Exactly what he needed. And what's interesting too is like Cabbage lost his watches from the elders as well. Dan was the only one who kept his. So like in the last stage, those things just helped him out a lot, and keeping the gun, I think, actually, and going to the soup. All of these kind of things are just helping him out a little bit. Dan's already halfway through phase 2. Cap is still almost done with phase 1, but Cap got there earlier than Dan. Dan going to soup and scrapping for it was huge. Now
Dan is still playing up against that +5 though.
He still is. Dan, all he has to do now is not absolutely throw, and he should at least get second.
What alternate reality is this where Cabbage is looking at last?
Unlucky. See, the problem is with this phase, though, Dan really has to get in on the wisps and stuff. And that's something that he doesn't really seem like he's willing to do. But Little Disciple is his damage. And the sooner he realizes that, the better. I mean, he knows it. He just doesn't want to run over them. We'll see, though. Cap is electing
struggling
to...
this phase.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if Cabbage will ever find the key box, but honestly, he's not going to look around for it. So if he just finds it, happens to.
More pillars. Nice.
More blood, you mean?
I just like pillars, dude.
Oh, yeah. Me too. I love watching them. And it is pizza time for Dan, so let's see how he handles it. Again, no safer spaces. All he has is an opal, no feather, so if he gets hit by
Cabbage
pizza, he's dead.
Really good RNG on those pillars. The first one he activated just didn't spawn any, and that one, it was
Nice.
just a few orbs.
Cabbage might actually have a chance to beat Dan then still. Depending on his damage. Maybe not, but...
Oh, okay, Dan broke watches.
Ooh, that is tough for Dan.
He's halfway through phase 3, so it's not the biggest deal, but it does suck.
It does suck. We'll see how Dan goes here. Again, one pizza for Dan means death. His roll slows him down, so that might mess him up if he like instinctually hits it. Jesus.
Don't roll towards him.
Dan needs to kind of play off the ramps here a little bit, jump off them. Yeah, like he's doing right here. A little bit, just to try to gain some ground over Mythrix.
He's scared.
He is playing it pretty well, actually.
Cap is just now finishing phase 2.
One more pizza phase, and Dan should be done. The other thing is, with Low Disciple will target the ads during this pizza phase as well, if he's not too close to Mythrix. So if he wants to get wants to reduce ad damage, he needs to get in there. But it's just hard when you don't have a feather or anything. Dan's electing to use the vase. Cap is at the start of phase 3, and he's taking some hits too. Oh, Dan almost getting slapped there. It looks like Dan just wants to end it. If he can hold on just a little bit. Does he have Fireband?
No. Okay.
Oh, Jesus, Dan.
I forgot his Little Disciple.
Good job. Dan with a phase 4 skip as well. He played that very well. At the very end there of phase 3, he was just praying. He's like, please get away from me. Please jump. Please stop. But the worst part about all this is he still has a +5 hanging over his head. So we'll see. We'll see what place he gets. He could still potentially get last here. So
It's second at the very least, though.
maybe.
Or no, that doesn't make sense. You say he could get last, and I say it's second at the very least. What the fuck is wrong with me?
But either way, well done to Dan. That would have been an excellent, excellent run had he not died of fall damage in stage 1. For
Way
no
to
reason.
bring it back.
I mean, honestly, that's the best he could have done given that situation, I think. Like we talked about at the beginning. I talked about at stage 2. Oh no! Oh, Cap almost got caught in wing prison and got shockwaved. I talked about in stage 2, bringing the mental game kind of back, not losing too much morale, and just really like focusing down on getting the win there regardless. And he did it really well. So good job. It's tough.
It is. He played this as well as he possibly could have after that point.
Now let's see if
I hope he wins.
Cap or Cabbage shake any +5s.
It's crushing to know that you would have won a loadout if you didn't +5 in a stupid way.
Yeah. Just the rollaway. Well, he's gonna be in here with the cast with us, and he's gonna get to watch as biting his nails as the other players fight Mythrix. So
Cap has like 3 minutes to finish this up.
all right, let's bring in Dan. Hey, Dan. So I
Way to
want to
bring it
say,
back.
first of all, you played extremely well after that +5. You played as well as you probably could have. Honestly, you were the only one to get the vase. You were the only one to use the gun on the Grove Tender. You're the only one to keep your watches. You were the only one to get the behemoth soup. What else did you do that was like really important? You did some important stuff. And
+5 in stage 1. That's pretty good.
yeah.
You may still get first, though. We'll see.
I mean, we'll see. I wouldn't hold my breath too hard, but Cap has to die here for that to happen, I think.
I mean, he has like 2 minutes to finish both phases. If he
Cap
doesn't
is,
get the skip.
Cap is phase 3.
Yeah,
and
he is.
It's not going to take that long to finish phase 4.
Does he have, I mean, phase 4 takes like 30 to 45 seconds on commando.
He has a shuriken with Fireband. He should get it, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see, Dan. Regardless, you played very well, so no matter what, you know, even if you don't get first and you absolutely throwed it stage 1, you know, through it,
I'm amazed I didn't grab onto that. The surfaces you can walk up in this game, and that one's covered in Vaseline. I don't know. That guy's like, I just couldn't fucking walk up it. It's filthy. Jumping it too, I'm like, this might be dangerous. Nah, it's fine. I know how it fucking go. Nah. Fuck me. Oh.
Those soups were really good, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
That's the that or a scorpion was all I was really hoping for. So I really cared about. I was lucky to get one of them.
And it looks like Cabbage and Cab are about to finish up.
45-51.
Yep.
That's going to be close.
Cap just wasted his band for some reason. He just looked at Mythrix and shot his shuriken when he could have just waited a second and then gotten through phase 4. So Cap might not get a first now because of that. Why did he do that?
45-51.
He's got 1 minute to get to the ship from here.
All right, well.
Because charging takes a minute.
Mythrix also does have medkit, so unless he's doing damage, like, you know, enough to not proc it, then he's losing time here as well.
Losing that skip.
He just gave me that win then.
Yeah.
That was nice of him.
Why did he do that? We'll have to. I mean, it might have just been he didn't think about it. But
the +5 win,
I guess. But
holy shit, that's powerful.
We'll see what Cabbage does. I mean, oh yeah, Cabbage is in the same spot. He has to phase 4 skip though, and then even then he can't really. Well,
I don't think he has enough
Cabbage
time.
could do it actually. Cabbage has enough time.
Maybe. I mean, you have to factor in. You have to get to the ship too.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a pillar skip, so that would slow him down. It is really close. We'll see.
Maybe if Cabbage hits like a non-Kaijaro skip here. with Shuriken or something. Even then, I don't think it'd be enough.
Phase 4
Yeah.
Mythrix, if you don't have damage early with Manda,
Damn.
so rough as well.
So congrats, Dan. You won. Deserved, by the
Ah,
way.
with a +5. Nice.
Deserved.
Thank you.
That just kind of goes to show like how well you played after that +5. So what was going through your head after that? You buckled down. You're like, all right, what do we need to do to win?
I am like I'm quietly proud of my ability to keep my head in the game, but it was very upsetting. I was very annoyed at myself.
I laughed a
It
lot.
was heartbreaking. I actually thought, I'm like, oh, at least Race is happy right now. He was
I felt
chuckling.
that on a spiritual level. +5ing stage 1 is just the fucking worst.
It's such a stupid thing. Not even like, I mean, I guess it is a skill issue. I just like, misjudged the crap out of it, but like not even dying to an enemy, just dying because I just didn't want to walk an extra 10 meters to the left over a bridge. Like I wasn't even that far away from the bridge. I'm like, yeah, it's this one.
It's crazy because that's not even the first time we've seen deaths like that in the races at all. We've seen several where people are just like, oh, I can take this little shortcut, and then they just absolutely throw it right there, and it's like, oh man.
I remember back to Cap on the moon. He did that with Rex. I think he tried to boop across like from the blood
Yeah.
pillar bridge over to that jump pad.
That's a common. We've seen like 2 deaths there actually, or more, even
Yeah,
the
it's
past couple months. It's been a tough one.
nice. All right, well, so it looks like I wouldn't have got bonus points anyway, so I guess the death didn't mean anything in the end.
I don't know who's
So
gonna
one of
win
them-
over Cap and Cabbage here, so we'll see. It's really
It's 7
close.
minutes for the bonus point, right? In threes?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. The death ended up not meaning anything, which is nice, I guess.
I think that's second for Cap.
We'll see.
Yeah.
The more points we can steal from Cabbage, the better. So that's
No,
fantastic.
hold on. Because Cap's timer is different. That's
Oh, it's
really
gonna be
close.
close.
That is so close,
I think Cap edged him out by like 2 seconds.
bro. That is so close. We're gonna have to see. Wow. Hold on.
Better finish?
Let's bring him
Oh
in.
my god.
Dude, don't
Oh,
say
Cabbage
oh my
won.
god.
Yo,
Cap.
2 seconds, huh?
I'm so sorry.
2 seconds, huh? Is that a
Yeah.
third place Cabbage? Wow.
It
That's
is,
kind of
yeah.
pathetic.
What
Not gonna lie.
What a loser.
What
Yeah,
an
yeah, you're
idiot.
right. Yeah.
So I want to be clear here. Dan +5, stage 1. He just
Goddamn.
Oh,
fell off the
Wow.
edge and
Yeah.
died, and
Yeah,
still
hosted.
got that far
Nice.
ahead. So Cap, you actually
Uh,
threw it when you didn't wait to use your shuriken 2 seconds to phase 4 skip. You would have won right there.
Yeah, you guys also
I
both
wasn't
missed
even
a
thinking about
vase
that.
on stage 5.
All you had to do was
vase, stage
not
5?
turn around and shoot him, and that would have been it. But you were like, you know, I'm gonna get some extra damage here.
I legit was just hoping to get out of that phase as quick as possible. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was
rough.
brutal.
It was rough.
What was the equipment situation then? Because there was the gun, and then there was the Wisp event next stage. Did anyone carry that over and get 2 little disciples?
Dan.
no.
Yeah, I kept it with me, yeah.
Dan
After
did
that
it.
plus
Okay.
5, I thought I'd risk it over the pillars, get and pray for another one. So it paid off.
Nice.
Well, it worked out because there's a vase, stage 5, and you're the only one that found it.
Yep.
Yeah, I was praying.
Also,
Right.
Dan, with his 2 little disciples and Vase, went to go check Soup because he had some scrap and got a behemoth for them, which really helped him
Nice.
out for damage too. So it just made his fight
Where
really
was
fast.
the void key on the moon? I couldn't find.
You're the only one who got the void key, and you didn't find it. So
Okay. I
Yeah,
looked.
I
I spent like
I
a
forgot
solid
I
3
forgot to
minutes
look for it,
looking for it.
honestly.
I found the normal key on the moon.
Yeah,
I didn't go
Yeah.
for it though.
Would they
It
be in the
was
same
right at
spot?
the entrance of Mass.
Interesting.
All right, I need going to run the loop, beat.
You're
Yeah.
insane, Dan.
Oh my god.
He just refuses that he has to go to the doctor for it. It's
Yeah,
fine. It's fine.
He played really well though. Like he died immediately.
Yeah,
Like it was
him.
right after teleporter. Nothing was there, and you know that little middle canyon. He was like, I could roll over that, and then
Oh,
just
no.
fell.
Oh,
Assuming
man.
roll can be used for mobility. Damn. There was a couple of situations where I thought I was in the last run still with the 3 feathers, and I would just take extreme fall damage, but thankfully it didn't kill me.
Yeah. That was scary. But
That
overall,
was an
that
interesting run, though.
It was really interesting. And then there were a lot of void seeds too. Felt like, I mean, or today in general, actually.
Mhm.
We haven't seen a family event in a while. That was fun. It's always
Yeah,
nice
really
when
when
it's
you
one.
when you activated teleporter and then you got swarmed by 50 Elder Lemurians.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
That was, yeah. That's kind of what lost me the run, I think.
Nobody
What
died
equipment
there.
did you have for that, Cabbage?
I had a pre-on.
Okay. I
I
had
think I
wings.
charged it up. And
I had wings, so I just hovered over the side and let all the
Yeah.
Lemurians fall off. But
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
process, one of the fireballs hit me, and I broke all of my watches, my 3 watches.
Yeah,
Oh,
same
that's
as
So-
the other thing. Dan
pretty
was the
cool.
only one who didn't lose his watches to that event.
Wow,
Yeah.
living up
That was
to
terrifying.
the soundbite.
True.
Yes. I mean, I'm no liar, so
Okay.
Yeah.
You did break them though.
Yes, you did.
It took you longer.
Yeah, dude, I played fuck around and find out too much. I found it.
Really good though. First place with a +5. Even
That's really good, yeah.
still a minute left over. That was a
Okay.
tough loadout.
And then you guys come in within 2 seconds of each other right at the end.
Yeah.
We had no idea who was gonna win. We were just like looking at the clock,
Oh,
like,
man.
I have to see on the website. So anyway, if you guys are ready for Void Fiend, let's go.
Ready to
All
go.
right. Good luck.
Yeah.
All right.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, guys.
Good loadout today.
Good luck. Pretty much.
Shoo. All right, good. Get out of the cast. All right, here we go. Void
Unbelievable.
Fiend. So this
Cap's
is
got like the McDonald's Void Fiend. I like that.
This is the first loadout of the day where we have different stages. So that's good. And it's also the first loadout of the day where it's the loadout that they all like to use on this character. So that's good. With the other ones today, we've had, obviously really weird loadouts for them. So this one should be comfy. They should be going a little bit faster on this one too. So we have Siphon Forest, Wetland again, but then we have Sulfur Pools. And then we go back to Abyssal to round it out.
And Void Crit
I wouldn't take it.
on Void Fiend. Hell nah.
Hell no. The thing is, reminder to those of you who don't know, every time that you crit as Void Fiend, you actually gain more corruption meter, which really helps to do damage and push you faster through the stages. So, really good
They're all
thing to keep in
gonna go
mind.
for
If you
the
don't
speed.
have Void Crit, then you can't do that as much anymore.
Yeah, on some survivors, like if I was playing Commando and I found that, I probably would have taken it, to be honest.
Mhm.
But Void Fiend,
It's fair.
They
It's
all
always
grab the
a
energy drink.
It's true. It's always a tricky item to find when to use it, I think, in these runs. Because like usually for a lot of people, it's like a looping item or it's like an anti-cope item or something, and it has like an interesting place in the loadout races. How are the survivors randomized for the races? We have a back-end system that we've built where the system essentially just rolls a dice on the survivor, the skills for that survivor, and the stages that that survivor is going to go through. And then once we say, yeah, that one's pretty good, that's not like a repeat roll from last week or something, we accept it, and then that gets sent to everybody's games, and they all have the same seed and everything. There's a lot of back end work to make all this possible, a lot more than it looks like. So, but that is how we
It's
do it.
been like 7 months of constant development.
Uh-huh.
Now
But
look
honestly,
at this.
the Risk of Resources team does a great job, and they're the best. What were we looking at?
So Dan found Wungus. You can see it on Cap's screen here. And Cap is not electing to pick it up. And I actually think that's the right play because on Void Fiend, Wungus or any active healing will lower your corruption meter. It'll make it
Opposite of
harder to get
crit.
into the giga damage mode.
Yep.
If you have Slug, like you see there, it will not do it. It's passive healing,
Mhm.
and that does not count for some reason.
It's just regen. So, yeah, we were just talking about it. It looks like Cat picked it up too. We were just talking about the Void Crit, not wanting to pick that up so we can get crit to stay in corrupted form longer. Wung is obviously direct opposite, but it looks like they're going to take this one because they want some amount of healing, it seems. I don't know. I
Interesting.
agree with Disputed, though. I think I would have avoided taking it. We already have so much healing in this loadout. If we choose to have it, the active special when you're in regular form. So,
Yeah,
I don't
healing
know.
isn't a huge issue.
I think
on
I
this
would have
one.
left it. So you make sure it's horrible Rex loadouts every other time. Listen, if you take a bunch of dice and you throw them and it rolls Rex, you have a massive chance of getting something you don't want to play in Eclipse 8. So,
I mean, you guys do that with Engineer, though.
not true.
100%.
Not
Like,
true.
whenever I cast these, Engie never comes up, and then I play one, you're like, okay, it's Bubble Shield time, baby.
That's just the way the dice tell us. That's what we get.
Sure. And you're always the one rolling the dice. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it is. Dude, the system loves Bubble Shield, dude. And it
Oh,
loves
yeah, it's
you
the
playing Bubble
system.
Shield.
It's the system that loves Bubble Shield, surely.
Yeah, it's the man. The government. Also, really nothing too notable on this stage, by the way. There's absolutely nothing insane. They get like a shipping request form, they get a regen scrap, a lot of like macro items that are good for like later stages, but nothing that's really helping them right now.
Nah.
So
Shipping request is okay, though.
it is, especially
it
this
early
is
on.
the best time to get it. Absolutely. The fastest engineer so far was Bubble NG. Hey, look at that. Bubble NG is good. We just found out.
Okay. Yeah, you want to play Bubble NG next stream?
No. And it
He
looks like
lies.
Cabbage is the only one to not take Wungus, which again, me and Disputed like it, so good. And it looks like Cap has a watch. The only one to get it's out of the shrine, I think. They're in the middle, so
He also got a bandolier from that, I believe.
yeah. Everyone on the stage is electing to loot a little bit more. They're looking around, and because everyone knows that this map has more loot than the other maps. This is just common knowledge. And all these guys are probably thinking like, where the hell did my loot go? Where's the stash?
Right.
They just didn't really
bread?
find it.
Okay.
Frost Relic out of the shipping request form right off of spawn.
Interesting.
Looks like, all right, nice. Dan just has to turn left to find it, and he did. And he's going to go after the red. There's a speed printer as well, right next to where they spawn as well. So, good. Everyone's going to find their Frelic. I think that's a good pickup. I think here it's absolutely fine. It really loses a lot of traction once you get to Mythrix. But in the stage portion of the game, especially as Corrupted Void Fiend, Frost Relic can do some work here. So, I like it.
Absolutely. I love Frost Relic.
It's one of those equipments that just like there's like a whole not equipment. There's a whole bunch of items that just lose viability once you get to Mythrix, and sadly that's just why I scrap a lot of those. But it is a good and fun item, honestly.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
But the same can be said about Area of Effect.
I mean, just in general, yeah. I usually just scrap a lot of AoE items when I play in my normal runs when I get to Mythrix, anyway. Because by that point,
I honestly
mean...
prefer Frost Relic over Tesla Coil.
Oh, interesting. Because by that point, I actually like Tesla a little bit more than
During Mythrix,
Frost
it's
Relic.
helpful, but when you're just like trying to stay in the teleporter, and you're being harassed by 50 different things, Frost Relic is so good.
It really does deal a lot of damage if you let it. And also, you might notice here that the players have Frost Relic that's a little bit see-through, and you're like, man, I wish I had that. One of the mod developers from Risk of Resources made a VFX mod. It's called JP's AV Effect Options, and you can turn off the little snowstorm in the Frost Relic so you can actually see. So
It's awesome.
yeah, it's
I don't
one of
think
my
Cabbage has
favorite.
it on. Or it's just YouTube bitrate, I can't tell.
It's YouTube bitrate.
Nice.
Yep.
Good platform.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, crit for Cap.
Oh, nice. And there we go. Getting a little bit of crit. Really good. He has a little
Crit
bit of bleed
printer
too. Oh,
for Dan.
crit printer and speed printer. So I probably think they're going to go half and half here. But maybe Dan just goes all crit and just says, screw the speed. We can get speed later, maybe. But we
You see
gotta.
the speed?
I don't know. It's right. He did mark it. It's right in front of him. You gotta remember the pillar skip for Void Fiend is speed dependent, and so if players do not get around 2 to 3 speed items, they need 2.5. So like 2 speed items and
Yeah.
a mocha.
Oh my god.
They cannot pillar skip, and they have to acknowledge that someone else will, right? One of the other guys will get the pillar skip. Oh, they do have a feather, which is also
Feather.
really, really good. Again, this
Also, I just
is
want to acknowledge Dan had some crazy RNG there going into that crit printer. He went into the printer and it did not take his speed. It was his last item, and then he opened another chest and found another energy drink.
wow.
He didn't even have to go into the printer. And he's got a
Insane.
feather.
Everyone should be able to get that feather. This is a really good stage. I wonder when the other players are going to find the crit printer. Cabbage will find it right now. Yeah.
Cap already found it, I think. Yeah. He's got 4 crit.
Now
I think he just
Cabbage
went
is
all
going.
in speed and then put
I-
some into crit.
Cap has the build that I would have kind of wanted. Apart from the feather, he needs to get that eventually. But I like having a little bit more speed here, especially for the pillar skip. Dan still doesn't have enough to skip pillars yet, so
Even with
kind of
feather.
worry about that. Yeah.
I mean, he just needs like a mocha,
Yep.
doesn't he?
Yep. I mean, he'll probably find like one speed item. Oh, they get a red whip, so that should be enough actually.
Is
Maybe.
it?
Could be.
Because you can only use that for the first, whatever. We'll see.
You can stall with it. It's not too bad, but you can do it though.
Cabbage, first one to leave.
Nice. 2 drinks is enough.
Another void seed. Holy
Maybe
shit!
it's just like 2
there have
hoes
been
where it
so
needs the
many.
mocha. Dude, we've had like Void Seed Day today. Nice. And this is the first non-Rally Point Delta stage as well. So
The only,
only. Let me see.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. All right, cool. I like this map over RPD sometimes if I'm looking for a specific equipment, because there are equipment multi-shops. Although I do
there's
like
a vase in
the
one of them.
and there we go. Boom. Anytime that you have an option to have equipment multi-shops in a stage, in my opinion, I usually think it's better because you just get so much more choice off what you actually need in the run. That's why Scorched Acres to me is the best stage 3. It has the best boss items, as equipment multi-shops, where Rally Point Delta doesn't, has the easiest enemies, it has no TC drones to take up all your credits, etc., etc. So, but we don't
That
have any of
vase
that
is
today.
so good. I imagine they'll all find it.
They should all take it. I mean, the thing about Void Fiend as well is he has so much damage. You don't need a damage equipment or anything. You're good. Just get up there and go.
No.
And while they
his
all
pillar
can skip, yeah, it's slow. Basically, that's where it
It's
is. Like
really slow.
he can do it, especially with how much speed they have, but it would take them a really long time. So having this vase makes it really nice and really easy. This shipping
Scythe
request for him
from-
really, yeah.
Scythe is kind of bad.
It's better
it's
on
okay.
Eclipse 8 because you don't get as much healing back, but yeah, because you're Void Fiend and you heal, it kind of lowers your corruption a little bit. The 5% crit doesn't make up enough, I don't think, there. Especially with how much crit they have, it's a lot.
Teleporter
see.
underground, that sucks because
You
they
have to go out.
fight them up here. Actually, not with the Dune Strider. If it was a Beetle Queen, they would have had to, but you can
They
just
can
sit
stay down
under there
below.
and let it come to you.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. I'm like finishing all your
That's not-
sentences.
That's not what they're doing, though.
No, they
Interesting.
could stay down there though. The speed is right. It doesn't look like the Dune Strider could fit in through the door, but it absolutely
You can.
does.
It's terrifying when it
Yeah,
happens.
It goes halfway through the wall, but it goes through, so. Looks like Cap is sitting on that, and there we saw on Cap's screen, it just shuffles right in, so
Well played.
easy. Yeah. And also, there's a void seed and stuff. I like to remind people who don't know, but every time that you use your shift, it actually cleanses all the debuffs you have on your character. So Void Fiend does not have to be afraid of collapse at all. They can kind of just jump into the Void Seed and see what happens, basically.
Dan sees the vase. I think he's going to grind out for the vase before teleporter, which I don't
Interesting
know.
choice.
Probably a misplay.
Probably should just go
I think what
teleporter right now.
Cabbage is doing is he saw the vase and he's just going to get the money from this, buy it, and then leave.
Mm-hmm. The
I'm
downside
not
of
sure if Cap saw it.
having... Oh,
I'm just not sure if Cap saw the vase.
not
It
either.
looks like he just went directly here.
Downside of having teleporter underneath as well. A lot of enemies will actually spawn up top, and they really won't know how to get down below. So you will have a situation like Cabbage does, where he's just waiting down here, and he's gonna have to kill a lot of more enemies after the teleporter. And then he's just hoping he has enough to get all the things that he wants, which is fine. It's not dangerous. It just kind of feels like a waste of time. So that is all. Everyone's kind of chilling. Yeah, we'll see who gets the vase. Everyone should. That's kind of the big thing. Every time there's equipment multi-shops, you have to expect that all of your opponents have looked through them as well. So if you don't, you potentially miss out on something really good.
Whip from the lockbox.
Nice. Did everyone
Holy
get
shit.
a key?
You see that speed boost Cabbage got there
Mm-hmm.
from shooting behind him?
Yeah. It's
They have a lot of speed.
really important to be able to utilize your M2 to push you and to
Oh, and a
stop fall
vase.
damage. Oh, wow.
Cabbage has a vase, or a fuel cell and vase.
I was like, yeah, we know the vase. What are you doing?
I mean, another vase,
Yeah, two vase.
which is really good because you can get down the tunnel with one and then just get up with the other.
Absolutely.
It's
Saves a lot
ideal.
of time.
That's like
Saves a
45-second
minute.
time save.
Mm-hmm. The big thing that players come across when they do Void Fiend and Eclipse, Cap found us saver spaces, by the way, in the Void Seed, which is massive. The big thing they encounter at E3, which is fall damage, doubled and permanent, is every time they use their shift, they go up too high and then they hit the ground and take permanent fall damage. And they're just like, dude, this is so annoying. I hate it. You use your M2 to push yourself against the ground, and it has so much knockback that you won't take any fall damage. And it's really important to use that. So keep that in mind.
Both Cap and Cabbage are leaving. Cap did not find the vase.
Oh, dude. He did find the Gorax Opus, so that is a pillar skip that's a little bit faster than regularly just going up with Void Fiend, but he is losing time there.
That's like maybe 2 minutes slower than what Cabbage has.
2 minutes.
I mean, if you consider the time
Maybe a
running down
minute
tunnel.
and a half. Maybe 2. I
guess
mean, it is
they
a
do have a
while.
lot of speed.
They're pretty fast. I mean, you think about them transforming mid-tunnel and then boosting through. That's a glacial horde of many gut. Horde. That's true. It also does save time to the ship, though. That all adds up.
Oh, yeah. That's like another 30 seconds with ship, depending on portals.
Yeah. Yeah, if you roll all bad portals or something, that is absolutely terrible. Cap is getting blasted here by this gut army. He's got to be a little bit careful. He's going in, though. And Dan finds
that's good.
another vase out of
He's gonna have
a shrine.
He's gonna have a lot of money coming out of this teleporter.
Oh, everyone will. I mean, every time you get, even if they're not bosses, but just like some horde of gut spawn or something, that's always a lot of
Dan,
food money for the stage. What is Dan
please.
doing?
Leaving the vase.
Did he accidentally pick up the Prion? Or did he purposely
it looked
pick
intentional. He might just
Okay.
figure, I have tons of speed. I can get a fast skip.
I think that's what he's figuring. I still think vase is better.
I
Here?
agree.
They won't need the Prion. And they don't have any bans for the Prion, so it's not like the Prion's very good either. It's just kind
No.
of like, You have no multiplication for it, so Cap is just throwing himself into the fights here in this teleporter. Oh, and he almost got really punished for it there. Looks like he's good, but he's...
Uke from the teleporter, not bad. This is where Frost Relic really shines. Look at that damage. It's like 1200 DPS a second or something crazy.
Oh, that's a lot. There we go, host. Gotcha.
They've found so much speed this run. It's
Speed
almost to
per-
the point where they're having a hard time controlling it.
Yeah, that's why the feather is so good. I hate it every time that I have a ton of speed in a Void Fiend run and no feather. During the Mythrix fight, I just find myself going all the way up and all the way down, just over and over again, just in the arena. And it's like, oh my god, stop, help.
Yeah.
But what is good is that it is sprint cans. So if they don't sprint and then use their utility, it won't actually go as high. So they have some level of control here. They just got to be careful with it.
ATG for Cap?
Oh, nice. Was that a question mark in that multi-shop or was it just there?
No.
Okay.
Dan just got it.
Nice.
Cabbage's stream is lagging for me.
He just paused to do something. I mean, he's also on YouTube, Disputed, so that's why. Welcome to the casting experience.
I don't know what you're talking about. YouTube
Yeah.
is the greatest streaming platform known to man.
Yeah. We're gonna have to kick you from the cast, bud. Sorry, no cross promotion.
Don't hurt me, Bezos, please. I love Twitch.
There you go. There you go. We're using Raymond
Oh.
Daniels mind control tech on Disputed. That is a red. Oh, it's a soulbound catalyst.
Yeah.
Well, that's not gonna come out in any handy. That's gonna be sad.
They can't really utilize that, can they?
No.
I mean, Dan might if he gets something better. Why did he take the Prion?
I don't know.
It's upsetting.
Confused. There's a mountain shrine here. There's a multi-shop full of equipment on cap screen. I don't think it's going to be the mountain shrine, but it would be cool to see if they get something. I guess they
This is
can't get a
interesting.
Waramus too early.
We're on stage 4/5, and I don't think anybody has like a super strong lead here. Cabbage. I put my money on Cabbage, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, I'm kind of split here between Cabbage and Cap. I don't know. No, I like
Dan's like-
Cabbage. He has the vase. He has the same, if not more, damage than Cap does. No, a little bit less. But he has a vase, so
Dan isn't too far behind either.
no. But anyone could win. I mean, that's the point, though. Oh yeah, most
This is
people don't
usually-
know that you can actually use your M1 through walls for Void Fiend. I just want to point that out. That's not something that's really utilized that often, so good job for Cabbage for knowing the ins and out of that ability.
That was Cap.
Oh, that was Cap?
But
Sorry, I wasn't even... Good job to Cap.
Cabbage found another fuel cell, so that's an even faster tunnel skip.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my bad. And it's still a really fast kill because it's Void Fiend. Dude, I mean, looking at their damage, they just have a little bit of crit. That's it. And it's just Void Fiend raw damage doing that. It's not
That's true.
even really much else. They have a little bit of attack speed with Warhorn. They have Frost Relic a little bit. That was, I mean, Cabbage did,
Ooh.
but Cap wasn't even using that for his, so. That's
Dan
just
just
how
picked up
good
a
Void Fiend is.
Predatory.
Okay.
That's
We'll
really
see if
good.
the others find that.
It was by spawn. I doubt they'll go back.
Was that a watch printer that Dan just passed, or it was some
don't
white
know.
printer? It looked similar to a watch. It might not have been though.
Don't let Cap see.
Oh yeah, true. Oh, this is also nice too that everyone gets to skip pillars in this loadout. Finally, everyone gets a breath of fresh air. Just go straight to the fight. It was a watch printer. All right, cool.
Interesting.
We'll see who goes into that if they do. Cap is out. Cap is on the moon and he's ready to go. All right. Well, he's going to be using his Gopus here. He should be using his Gorag's Opus right now. There he goes. Just try to get down the tunnel as fast as you can.
He might get this done before Cabbage. I don't know,
Honestly,
though.
here's the problem. If Cap did not pick up his Wungus, he would be flying down this tunnel in corrupted form right now, but he's not because he picked it up. He's getting stalled. Look at his corruption meter. It's like going up 1% every second. Tough.
Got a
It's
key from that shipping request
yeah,
on
not
the
huge.
moon. That sucks. Oh, Cabbage going into the watch printer.
Oh, here we go. I mean, he could lose some speed here, but he does have the vase, so it's not the
Doesn't need
biggest
it.
of deals.
Yeah.
It would be nice to keep some, though, just to be comfortable in the fight. Losing crit's a little bit more of a big deal. Losing an opal, not a big deal. He has safer spaces. A little bit more speed. A little bit tough. It's alright, though. Looks like he did want to keep that repulsion armor plate. And it looks like he's going to go 5 watches. Really good amount. And he has the vase, so he's going to be able to get out of here and onto the moon really quick.
Wow. Okay. Cap starting the fight.
We'll see how
But-
fast Cabbage overtakes him in damage. Because it will
Cabbage
be
has
quick.
double damage.
Yeah.
Using the shift to get more height so he can see further down the tunnel. Very smart.
Mm-hmm. All those like little
He's gonna
micro
go-
optimizations. Go for
Did
the opal.
Cap
yeah.
really reject an opal for a key?
He
there?
didn't see it. He just picked one that was closest to him. He just wanted to get through the tunnel, it looked like. Cabbage
Okay.
has so many
I mean-
bases. He's just going. Boom.
Cap halfway done. Phase 1.
You know, honestly, Cap getting the Gopus here, he might have known that he's throwing away a lot of time with the vase, but he might have been just thinking, like, maybe I can utilize the Gorag's Opus for the fight a lot more to do a lot more damage than the other people.
Maybe.
But I don't know if it would have made up for the time lost for not taking the vase, so it's really hard to call. Did Dan take the blue portal, or did he just look at it? Okay, good. I thought he did that again.
With the amount of speed they got here, taking Opus is fair, I think.
Maybe. I mean, I think it's fair. I just don't know which one's going to come in first. Probably Cabbage, but we'll see. I mean, Cabbage probably just because he had the watches, but
Yeah, from the damage.
we'll see.
Cap done with phase 1, though.
Dan getting the opal. Good. Dan is just going to have to skip pillars normally with 3 speeds. So his pillar skip's going to be the slowest out of absolutely everybody because he doesn't have a vase. Why did he take the Preon? We have to interrogate him about that because that is... What is he doing?
It's an interesting play.
We'll see. He does have the whip as well, so he gets a little bit of a starting boost, but he's going to really need to use his M2s here to push himself up, and he didn't, so he just lost a lot of height there. And he has to kind of restart from one of the lower ones. But you can see how low like each shift point is. It's going to take him a long time. Dan's going to lose several minutes here because he gave up a lot of his speed as well. He went into way more crit instead of going half and half like the other guys. So
Cap and Cabbage on the same phase here.
yeah, I'm surprised that Cabbage
can still win.
I'm surprised that Cabbage isn't going faster. Cap is really getting in there.
Oh no, Cabbage is getting through this really quickly.
Yeah, I'm just surprised
like
he's
already
not
caught
even
up to Cap.
faster. Well, we'll see how fast he goes. He needs to really like go. They're about the same time.
Ugh. Cap still has the lead barely.
Cap
gonna
has
be
more
really
crit,
hard to
but
maintain.
Cabbage still does have more damage. I think it might. I mean, Cap's crit might allow him to be in corrupted form for longer, though, which does mean he might be able to get more damage out because of that
Focusing up.
specifically, especially with Gopus.
Ugh.
It is really close between them, though. Dan is finally into the fight. Good job, Daniel. You got there. Not only did Dan get 1 vase in stage 3, he got 2, and he turned down both. reminder.
Here's the thing. Even if they finish at the exact same time, Cabbage still has the vase to get to the ship faster.
That is true.
So Cap needs to finish ahead here, if anything.
Yeah. And he's not going to be able to utilize his corrupted form to get to the ship, really, because he has Wungus slowing down the corruption meter. That's the other thing that Cap is notably doing right now. You can see it. He's not trying to sprint as much in the fight. He's trying to really walk around and strafe slow so his Wungus doesn't slow him down. So, I don't know. I think that was a big blunder from the very start, honestly. We talked about it earlier, but it's really showing itself now. And this is
Cabbage
why.
has passed him.
And here
He's
we go.
doing a really good job keeping up with the DPS for a while there, but I mean, maybe he'll hit a phase 4 skip somehow.
He
He can
did
still win
not.
if he does that.
Cap might. We'll see. What would be a possible phase 4 skip here?
Just use your M2 with good timing.
I guess. I mean, it could work, actually. He
He
didn't.
tried it with the M1.
Yeah. Well, Cabbage is almost done with phase 4. He utilized his vase for Warhorn, which might have been a mistake because he doesn't have a vase for the ship. It's fine. He's still ahead, but that is something to keep in mind. He even notices it right now. In the moment, he's like, I have Warhorn back. That's easy damage. But he lost time there because of it. Unfortunate.
Damn.
And the Rail Cap is done as well. These are really close between these two.
It is. Just barely Cabbage wins
Yeah.
by like 20, 30 seconds.
I mean, they were close last loadout too. I mean, they were 2 seconds off, so they're playing close to each other today. But that is exactly what Cabbage needed right here, though, because Cabbage is in the lead overall so far. So
Isn't he tied with Dan?
He is right now, but once he finishes, he'll be in the lead. Cap, kind of throwing things in an upset, but Dan would need to get like a first place in the last loadout or something to either tie up or pass Cabbage or something. We'll see what happens. That's tough. I mean, it's not like Dan has low damage here. It's just he got here so late. He has the same damage as Cap does.
He's got the Preon.
Oh, and you know what, too?
He's got that Preon.
He do.
That'll save him.
Ugh, and he still has to walk back to the ship as well. Tough. I need to interrogate Dan about that one. I need to sit him down in a cell and question
Have an
him for
intermission.
hours.
What the fuck do they call it? An intermission? When like somebody's a drug addict? An inspiration? What the fuck do you call it?
An intervention.
Intervention.
Please stop. Oh, it's so funny. And Cap is done. Let's ring them both in. Hey, you guys, what up?
You guys, fuck.
Yeah.
What, you thought you were going to win with that?
That was
Who won?
close.
Gotta
Who
go a
won?
bit faster if you're going to win like that.
Yeah,
By
Cap, you
35 seconds.
lost by a little bit.
Oh, okay. Like
Not
30
even
seconds.
sub 31. Come on. Is that
Yeah, you're
nonsense?
fucking
Cap.
30-minute Andy over here.
A
you see the
non-sub
vase?
31.
Yeah, I saw the vase.
Okay, you just elected to go with Opus.
Yeah, I mean, just more attack speed, and I had the speed plus the more attack speed from the Gopis for the pillar skip. It was pretty quick.
No, it's fair. I mean, you didn't do what Dan did.
Yeah, I figured. I even said when I was charging the ship that Dan, I'm sure, took the vase.
No,
On stage
what
No.
Dan did. Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
Dan, he bought
Dan
the
doesn't
vase
do.
from the multi shop, right? And then right before he leaves the stage, he's like, you know what? I want a Preon. So
And he still has the
Alright.
Preon during the Mythrix fight and has 3 speeds, so his player skip took forever.
Did he
about
find
having
Vans?
inspiration.
Nope.
No.
Okay, cool, good.
Yeah, so it was
The one
worthless.
ATG.
He found the one
maybe?
ATG. Yeah.
Okay.
You were ahead basically the entirety of that up until like the very end of phase 3. Cabbage got ahead
Really?
for 2 reasons. One, he went with Vase, which honestly, probably wasn't a huge time save, but he got 5 watches on stage 5 from the printer.
Oh,
And
I didn't even see the printer there. Nice.
yeah, it DPS'd you.
Jesus. Yeah, that makes sense. I definitely would have at least gotten a couple watches. I had the 50% crit from stage 2, but yeah, getting a couple watches is insane, obviously.
And honestly,
Nice.
Cap, I think the Wungus slowed you down a lot in the moon as well. Like, especially in the tunnel. You would have
Yeah.
been in corrupted form and doing all that kind of stuff, like, more often. But
Yeah, I hesitated right off the bat taking the Wungus or not, but I just wanted to secure survivability like at all costs. So I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I'll take it. And then the 50% crit made it definitely a lot easier to keep corrupted form up.
absolutely.
But yeah, it was more of a call like I'd rather just feel secure with a Wungus than not have it.
No, just totally fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
the watch printer was massive. Dan
Oh
didn't
yeah,
find it
that's
either.
stupid.
Cabbage was the only one who found it. He did
Yeah.
lose some crit and some speed, but it was fine. He had the base. So.
Yeah, it's fucking watches.
Also,
Watches
very
in
hyped,
ATG.
very hyped that you guys got a frost relic from the shipping request stage 2
Ooh.
with
Yeah,
1.
man. Did we all get that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, all the AoE you would need for the entire run right there.
Yep.
So not horrible.
And Dan doing his walk of shame back to the ship with low speed, just
In the Prion, off cooldown.
yeah. I need to know what he was thinking, man. I'm losing my mind.
I think he was just thinking that like Prion strats have been pretty dominant, but if you're not given anything for it, I don't know. It's hard to go into it over
I
a
think
pillar
what-
skip.
I think what he's gonna say is he misjudged how fast the Void Fiend skip is. I think, probably. But we'll see.
How much speed did he have?
2
to see.
when he took it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I went half and half in that speed and crit printer stage 2.
I was saying I wanted you guys to go half and half.
Yeah.
Because half and half was the play.
It's more corrupted form uptime with the crit, 50% crit to begin with, and then
Mhm.
also like at least 4 drinks of speed with the feather. It's like, okay, we zoom.
Yep.
I think that's something you really have to prioritize for Void Fiend. You don't know if you have the pillar skip, and you have the pillar skip given to you on stage 2 with a crit printer also. Like, you just got to do it.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, you know, the other guys like are gonna have the option, so you pretty much want to
Yeah.
take it just in case. And Dan
Yeah.
is done. Let's bring him in here. Hello, Raymond Daniels. We were all waiting for you patiently.
Good day. Patiently.
So we all have a burning question. Why did you not take the vase on stage 3 and take the Prion instead?
It's one more damage, and I was confident in my skip. It was a gamble.
Yep.
It certainly was.
It didn't pay off, clearly.
Nope. That was
Really
the
good run, though.
biggest thing that slowed you down. Everyone, like by stage 4, everyone was doing about the same. You guys were all at the same points. Stage 5, you're also really all close together as well. Because when it came down to it, y'all had the same damage, right? And you didn't really need anything to take you across the stage or whatever. And then right like after stage 5, it was like, well, it depends on skip and if you found the watch printer. So
Yeah,
So where was
big thing
that?
though, because with the vase, I could have sent in the watches and be absolutely fine, right? But that's when I I've messed up.
you know the
I
highest
couldn't do it
point
in my speed.
on the map, Cap, right under that, near the
Yeah.
rock bridge.
Okay. Like at the base of that?
Yep.
Damn. Yeah, that watch printer is insane.
And then
That I couldn't
Abid,
get
what
right.
equipment did you take?
Face, of course.
Okay, so we got a Gopis,
got,
a
like-
Vase, and the Prion.
Yep.
Interesting.
Not only did he get vase, he found like 20 fuel cells. It was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
3
Oh, yeah.
relax.
Damn.
yeah, he used like 3 down the tunnel. It was perfect.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of time save.
A little
And
bit.
then to the ship as well.
Yeah.
But
I mean, huh?
we got our best survivor coming up now. We get the one everyone's waiting for.
Somebody in chat
Yeah.
said second worst Rex loadout. I think this is the number
This is-
1 worst Rex
This is
loadout.
literally the worst.
Yep. It's the worst.
Literally.
You know what? This M2 is better, and if you don't think it is, you're getting it too much.
All right, go spam
All
into
right.
it.
I am
Stage
gonna
one.
go
Alright.
spam. I am gonna spam.
But
this
make
stage
sure you
one.
die. Also,
I'm gonna spam at stage 1.
Well,
I was
regardless,
making threats.
this is a fun one for E8, especially if you're not used to it. I think we can all agree that the apples is tough. It doesn't really do
Ugh.
much. So
I mean, they have
fun.
a really satisfying crunching sound.
I will
That
admit
is
the
pretty
sound
nice.
is really good.
True.
It is really good.
We have Siren's Call at least, so we get to do. Oh, wait a second.
Lol, yeah, we
Yeah,
can
at
skip
least.
over. Yeah. Tell me how.
alright.
yeah, with your primary.
So Dan, you can come back here and you can win today, but you got to pull ahead of Cabbage. So we'll see.
I know. I need
Or-
bonus points. I need them to.
Bonus points.
I need bonus points actually.
Anybody can
Have
win.
you been practicing your Rex?
I've been doing some Rex speedruns actually. Yeah,
Alright.
with
Cap.
this M2, so I'm feeling good about it.
Oh,
This is
alright,
anybody's
okay.
game. If Cap gets first with a bonus point and Cabbage gets last, that's a tiebreaker.
Ooh,
Oh boy.
I love tiebreakers.
And then we could have default NG as the tiebreaker. Easy.
Wow,
Honestly,
okay.
we talk about it a lot, but this is like the perfect loadout to get bonus points on because it's really easy
Yeah.
to die with. So
Yeah,
we probably will
Really
see bonus
volatile.
points too.
anyone can win. Well, at least tie. At least.
Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck, guys. We'll throw you into it right
Yeah.
now.
Have fun.
I'm
Good luck.
Fuck.
I'm excited for this one.
Ugh.
You're not excited?
No, there's a scrim last night and it was full damage Rex. Slightly different than this one, but I'm just right now it's on Cabbage because
You're lagging to me really bad. Or it's me. Oh, it's
Okay.
me. I think it's me.
what the fuck?
It's fine
Don't
now.
gaslight me.
It's fine now. We're good. Okay.
Okay, well that is a square. Technical difficulties.
We've
of any
already
kind.
had technical
off.
difficulties. Cabbage was fucking hyper lagging. I need to reload the streams now then. They've already started. Alright, that's a big technical difficulty. My bad.
I love
Comcast.
the Cap just has the McDonald's color scheme.
It's so funny. Dan's is looking way more textureless on this one. Missing texture kind of colored.
Eat
All right.
McDonald.
So this stage order today, we have Siphon Forest, which all of these players actually groaned a bit for Siphon Forest because they didn't want to deal with all the pests and stuff. And then we have Aphelion Sanctuary, and they kind of groaned a bit at that because they didn't want to deal with the pests and stuff.
This is the worst stage loadout.
And then we have Siren's Call. Yay. Our favorite. So we'll see.
And then RPD is bad too because you get TC there and then half the chests are gone.
Yeah, and then there's rats. We'll see how it goes. And there's pests. They don't like
Alright.
pests with the Rex, I don't think. I think it's fine. Oh, a polyloot immediately. See, they're fine.
Okay.
Come on. The thing is, I'll mention again with your M1 on Rex, you have a 0.5 proc coefficient, so that is not amazing for your M1 polyloot, but you have your M2, which is 1.0, so that should be pretty good. And it looks like Cabbage immediately is doing a teleporter, and he does not have the polyloot yet, so we'll see if he goes back and grabs it.
Interesting.
He's actually using the apples really well. The big thing, by the way, that we don't really like about the apples, why not one of us really ever uses it, is because when you utilize the special ability, hey, the sound is good. You have to not use an attack for about a full second after you use it. So it's essentially DPS negative on a character that can already heal himself with your M1.
Has that been tested?
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
You're better off just shooting your M1.
Yep. Unless you want a lot of heal. I mean, it's a good heal. I'll give you that. Yeah, it is a debuff. I actually like the fact that it debuffs, but shrug. Cabbage is playing it risky.
Okay, Hopu, you're telling me that stun is not considered a debuff, but apples are a debuff? Okay, sure.
Yeah, you're planting the seed within their mind. Hey, they all get a feather from the teleporter, and hopefully Cabbage goes back for the pilot, but this is an amazing start. They also have Lungus, which is good. I like this. This is a really, really strong start for them. This is exactly what they need. We talk about how good a feather is all the time. Pilot, we haven't even seen today, have we? Besides this? Oh.
I'm worried we hyped up this loadout, and now it's just going to be really easy.
It might be easy. That's how it happens. Sometimes it just be that way. Cabbage is having a lot of enemies to deal with right now, and not a lot of AoE, because he doesn't have the
Fuel cell.
flower. Oh, he could like utilize his shifts for the group of pests too, but yeah, Cabbage's mass HP is what, 58 right now? Pretty low. But that's just like how these loadouts kind of go with Rex with this M2. You just utilize your M2 so much and it deals permanent damage to yourself. So you just end up losing all of your health by the end of a teleporter. So you have to be really careful. And this is why it's so easy to just +5 here. One pest shot means you're dead. So easy
Okay,
peasy.
Cabbage getting the poly loot.
Really good.
I
And
think
he's
the
gonna get the
capacitor
other.
is actually the deciding factor here, and it looks like he found it.
Everyone does have it. There's another void crystal in the cave, and it's a void band. Wow. Capacitor with a void band. Powerful.
Cabbage might.
He would take it, yeah.
Go for it.
Just thinking the same thing.
Oh, that's a bingo thing as
Oh
well.
yeah, if you have a band on your bingo, boom. There you go.
I do. I just need TC.
Oh, I
I've
got
got
another
bingo.
bingo for that, dude. Actually. Nice.
What the fuck?
Yeah, get on. Caps are in stage 2 with only 4 items. He just didn't really loot that much. Dan actually has more loot than anyone else with gas, which I really like here as well.
Oh, yeah. AoE is so important, especially on this loadout.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Dan didn't do the teleporter yet. He was just looting the whole time. Never mind.
Fair.
I mean, it's fair, but
I mean,
you know,
I
he's
probably would
behind
have done
build.
the exact same thing.
I would have done the exact same thing, but I would have lost. Dan is also getting shot right now. He needs to be really careful.
The last thing you want to do on this loadout is play too fast.
Like Cap did on Loadout 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the difference with that is in that run, it was just really slow. In this run, if you fall behind, it's 20 plus 5s.
Yep. It's terrible. Where are Cap's items? Just low shipping, dude. He didn't have Prime. Unfortunately. There's a speed printer on stage 2. It's a goat hoof printer. Yeah, if I'm Cabbage, I'm going in. Nice.
Yeah. Fair. He only had the 2 items, though.
Unfortunately, didn't really get that much from stage 1. Early printers are just so rough, dude. Maybe you can find more in the shrine here. Maybe. If it doesn't totally rob him, it robbed him.
Honestly, if they find bands, they're set.
Yeah. They have enough
Capacitor and
damage.
is all you need to win a run.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in the old days, when we had like a challenge loadout that we found that was like really tough, that was like the golden recipe, right? It was just like get capacitor, get bands, and then just play the capacitor character. Looks like Shuriken is on Cabbage right now. It's a chest way in the back behind the speed printer there. So that's
Good.
really, really good for him. That's a lot more damage, especially with the poly loot. So it was really, really good. If Dan finds it, I'll kind of like where his build is going the most, but we'll see how much he loots here and what he does. I like how Cap has the crit and then the attack speed as well. I like each person's build for different reasons, but we'll see how they kind of, if they line up by the end of this stage. We will see. Oh, we got to be careful here. Someone might have the crash bug, actually, with Rex. If you shift an orb from a vagrant or a wisp, you can crash immediately. So, gotta be careful.
Yeah, there's a proc chance that it will just instantly crash your game.
For some reason, like some people have that bug, some people don't. No one I don't think has figured out what that bug is or what causes it yet. Not that I'm aware of. Is that a vanilla bug? Yes. I ran a poll a couple weeks ago, and 2,000 people ran the poll, and about 20% of players have the Rex bug, where if they shift an orb, they crash, which is a
And
lot
that's
of
just
players.
of the people that
Yeah,
know they have it.
and
I
pay
don't know,
attention
like,
to it.
I used to have it, and now I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know what
I've had
causes
it
it, but
before. I don't have it anymore either, though. It's got to be something, but I don't know.
you need to get your vaccine so it doesn't happen.
What happens in the case of a tie? We do a tiebreaker final loadout, and that's fun. We had a tiebreaker last week.
You make them fight to the death.
Yeah, we put them
IRL.
in a small room, and we have them get daggers. It's fun. Another void seed on stage 3 for Cap. That is insane how many void seeds we've had today. It's been
What
on
the
every run.
fuck?
It's crazy. Looks like Cabbage is trying to
Okay.
loot a little bit more, but he does have not that many items, actually. Which surprised
Keep
me.
an eye out.
Cabbage? Okay, he had feathers. For some reason, I just saw him mid-fall. Alright, never mind.
Keep an eye out for TC.
Oh yeah, this is the last chance to get a TC drone for the bingo chat, so.
I've had
As
this map
well.
3 times today. 3 times too many.
Yeah.
I do not like this map.
You don't? Why not?
No. The rats. They'll get you. They'll fucking get you. I imagine they'll all clear out this void seed. Why would you not on Rex?
I think they need to, especially with like the void items they've seen so far. They're probably thinking like, okay, this might be. Let's kind of try to continue that momentum with the voids. Maybe get like a plasma shrimp or something. Would be really good. Looks like Cabbage went all the way back for the speed printer.
If you have enough speed, can you just skip?
I mean, if you have enough, yeah, it should be with the feathers they have. Maybe it's enough to skip already. Maybe.
Huh.
I don't know what the limit is for it, though. We'll see.
See, what do they got? Did not look like a yellow.
It's not a yellow. A daisy, nice.
Okay.
Clap. Excellent.
I'm sure they'll be able to utilize that.
Do you think Dan could see the speed printer from where he's at up here? Is an arch in the way? I think an arch might be right covering it. I don't know if he's going to go back for it. No, he can see it barely. I don't know if he's noticed it yet.
I think he would if he knew it was there.
Yeah.
Although losing that gas would kind of suck.
We'll see.
Interesting to see how this goes.
I mean,
Cap has
again, no
one
one's
energy drink.
really in head right now. Yeah, one speed is really rough on Rex. He has the 2 feathers, so this is really good. He shouldn't be taking like too much extra damage, but Cabbage with 6 hooves and 2 feathers. Cabbage is looking good for movement speed completely. What's your dog barking at?
Sorry.
They see something. Oh, we have Needle Tick on Cap, which is actually pretty good. A little bit extra damage there. And this is like one of those scenarios where because they can't really build up bleed stacks with Rex very easily without getting a lot of bleed, Needle Tick's really good. Really, really good. And an encrusted key. And shurikens. So Cap just found a lot of really, really good stuff back to back. Really good. Sir TC, I don't see one. Maybe chat found one on the stage, but I didn't.
I'm not sure. My dog likes to just walk up to my other one and just bark at her for no reason.
Telling the other dog a story of what they did today. And Cap is on stage 4 with another Void Seed, dude. Another one. It was actually really
What the fuck?
good. The Void Seed is really close to the pillar, so they might be able to kill Awu with the Void Seed really easy.
I hope
Or
so.
with like a Void Reaver or something, just crab it up. This is probably because they're playing Rex. I imagine they'd want to do this.
It's bingo if they do.
Bingo for who?
For me.
Oh yeah. I don't have the Awu square, so I don't want them to do it. LOL.
Okay.
What was that green per on cap screen? I missed it.
I'm making a prediction.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
All right. Cap is doing the teleporter. He has a band now for his capacitor and shurikens, which is really, really good. Another vagrant battle. Another chance to crash. Another chance to believe. We'll see. Hopefully they
Wow,
don't.
they have so much DPS.
They do. Polyloot, AP rounds, tiny bit of crit, shuriken,
Cap.
bands, capacitor. Cap might get larvaed. I'm
Cap's about to get capped.
super surprised right now.
Are you?
Maybe. Is
It's
Cap
Cap.
getting larvaed a bingo square? Oh, it's another band from the teleporter as well. Cabbage got the encrusted key.
Shit. That's all they needed.
Why is Dan still on stage 3? He hasn't activated the teleporter yet. He's just
think he just
around
got
doing
here.
stuff. What is he doing? No, I swear
I don't-
he's been in this spot for at least a minute or something.
He's trying to get the speed. I don't know.
Shrug.
They need to pick up the pace. Cabbages. Or no, that's Cap. Never mind. But I think Cabbage is still looking really good here.
Cabbage is done with
He's
the
gonna have all
teleporter.
of
He's
that
looting up.
speed.
Yeah. Cabbage is
the
looking for
Kaijuro?
damage. I don't know. I think it was on next stage. Maybe.
They're all for sure gonna get the ice band. Oh. No, that's Bandolier. He just got it.
Yeah. Cabbage
also
shook his
has
head
the-
at the fusion cells. He almost shifted
Cabbage
away
has-
from him.
Speaking of cells, Cabbage has a fuel cell. So that's like double the capacitor band procs.
It is true. He finally found the needle tick as well. Looks like Cabbage is about ready to get out of here, which is good. Dan still has a way to go, unfortunately. He also do a
He hasn't
teleporter
even
too.
activated TP.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Because Dan, keep in mind, Dan needs to win this loadout to have a chance today at being the winner overall. Cabbage can play a little bit more safe as long as he doesn't get last and doesn't let someone else get bonus points. He should be winning. So he can do that. But the others really need to pick up the pace. I mean, Cap is for sure, but Dan needs to do something.
For Cap to win, he needs Dan to get in second.
Oh, that's
and
true.
a bonus point.
Yeah. He needs Cabbage to actually get in last and get nothing.
To even have
Yeah.
a chance. And that's just for a tiebreaker.
Yeah. We'll see. Anything could happen. This is still Rex during Mythrix, so I'm surprised that Cap didn't go the Awu route. Maybe he just thought it'd take too long. Or something, which is totally fair as well. He wants to pick up the pace here. He is pretty much done with this stage. Gets another Wungus and a Void Scent from the Void Seed.
Yeah, Cap just needs to go.
And he's out.
Damn. I think pillars are kind of inevitable here. Even if he found like Vase, it probably wouldn't be worth it to take it.
Yeah, unless they get enough speed or something. I mean, Afterburner would be huge. That'd be an easy pillar skip. Rare though.
I don't know what you'd want here.
For an equipment.
Just like in terms of items in general, I guess Cap would look for speed.
He needs speed. That's what he's looking for. Because, like, if he has to do pillars, Cap has to walk all the way down the tunnel, all the way across the entire stage to get to those. So that would cost him a lot of time.
Cabbage going into the crit printer.
Yeah, by the way, there's a crit burn on stage 4, we just found out. Which is incredible. Cabbage has a little bit of speed he's willing to lose as well. And he just got some more, so he's totally down for it. He's also trying to get Awu to spawn. And see kind of what comes from that.
Good.
Yeah.
I need that bingo.
And the boss is Construct. See Construct on stage 5. Cap pretty much immediately melts it. Especially with Void Scent and Polyloot. It's ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
And there it goes.
Man, I want to see Dan pick up the pace here.
I need Dan to pick up the pace here. He's still on the stage 2 teleporter. He's halfway through it. What's happening?
I don't know.
Strange.
Cabbage getting the ice band.
I'm surprised Cabbage didn't do teleporter earlier. I thought he was pretty much done as well. He hasn't fought Awu, has he yet? No, he hasn't even summoned her. Interesting.
He might have changed his mind. We'll see.
Maybe.
I hope he goes for it.
I mean, I don't know. The Void Seed only has one left, and maybe he was a little bit hesitant to spawn Awu before the TP because of that. The enemy is off way away from the Void Seed, though, so maybe it's like in the cave or something, or on the other side of the wall. You can see the arrow pointing to it, so maybe he could
Dan.
still drag it in. Dan might actually die here.
Dan is coping. He's 99% teleporter.
With the items he has? I'm confused.
I mean, he doesn't really have anything that good beyond Polyloot Capacitor.
I mean, he had what Cap had and Cabbage, and they did fine.
But they were also like 10 minutes faster.
Oh. Oh, and there we go. Cap opened the Void Key and had the option for a Polyloot or a Plasma Shrimp, and he got the Plasma Shrimp there. I didn't even get to see the third one.
Okay.
And a vase for Cap. So
honestly, at this point, probably, because Polyloot Plasma, although they only have one of each. We'll see.
He doesn't have a lot of crit or anything and a lot of movement speed, so I do think Cap could still die here. But
he could very easily.
You know, we'll see how it goes. He's definitely in an okay spot here, though. He's still way ahead. He's on the moon. Second person closest to him is Cabbage on stage 4. Just keep that in mind. That's a massive lead. So even if this fight takes a little bit longer, he might be so fast that it just works.
Well, in order for it to even matter, unfortunately, Dan has to play well too.
We'll see. But I mean, you know, no one's safe in this loadout. We can see that.
This is actually where I think using the vase initially would have been okay.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
On Fiend, they just didn't have... No, it wasn't Fiend. It was Commando. They didn't have a ton of speed.
Yep. And here we go. Okay. Let's see Cap's fight. Really interested here.
Good shit. I mean, he has 2 feathers.
I mean, you know, feathers will make him feel a lot more comfortable in this fight, for sure.
Dan is just now leaving stage 3.
Oh, man. This is tough.
Cabbage is on stage 5. Oh, yeah. I think Cap's got this.
He just has to not die.
He needs to be careful using those self-damage abilities, because that can take away his Plasma Shrimp.
That is true. Is that one of the abilities where it's like it hangs on by a thread if you use it once?
Is.
Okay. So you still have it, but...
Or I think it depends on which ability you use.
Okay.
At least with the M2, you keep it.
That's fair. Cabbage annihilating the constructs. He has 2, though, where Cap only had 1 because he was so much faster and actually getting to the boss. So he's having to deal with them a little bit more than Cap did, but it's fine.
Cabbage needs to +5 here, I think, for Dan to have a chance.
Sadly, it's
Unless-
true.
Unless Dan just really mega goes. Even then, though.
I don't think, even if Cabbage +5'd, that Dan could catch up with the way he's playing. If he continues to play the way he is. But I don't know. He just seems very unconfident with this loadout, which is fair. It's not an easy loadout to be confident with, but sometimes you just gotta push. Especially when it's for the win of the day.
Yeah. Cap on phase 2.
Yeah, his phase 1 went pretty well. He only really did damage to himself, it looks like. So Mythrix didn't really get a huge hit in. Dan getting the key early might mean he does not get Plasma Shrimp, and he doesn't. That is extra sad. That means the key is right next to Cabbage as well. He's going to be able to get Plasma Shrimp out of that too. So if Dan had waited one more stage, he would have gotten the Plasma Shrimp the same as Cabbage and Cap would have, but he didn't.
Dan is trying to kill Awu with the seed.
Yeah, we'll see how long that takes him, and if the seed pops before it can actually happen. Because there's only
There's
one
one
monster left. Yeah. We'll see.
I think it's a waste of time, unfortunately. At this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice if you have like a little bit of a lead, or maybe it's like drone parts and you can, I don't know. It's
Watch
tough
him get
though.
ICBM without the Plasma Shrimp.
Dude, don't. Cap is
You know
scaring
what's
me.
going to happen.
Cap actually was getting really bullied by the
red.
Huh?
Yukahana, let's go.
For
On
Cabbage. Nice. Love it. So Dan is in a situation here where this last void enemy is about to die, and Awu is about to die. And it's a question of which one is going to die first. And don't kill the bug, Dan. Oh no. He just killed the bug right at the end, so he has to kill Awu now.
He's
Which is fine. It's fine. Okay. It could have been worse had it had a little bit more health, but
Bingo square.
let's see what he gets from Awu. Was it worth it? Probably not. Is that a happy mask?
I can't tell. Okay.
That's a smile.
You put it
Wow,
in reverse. Couldn't see what it was.
Good. I'm glad. Cap is on phase 3, and he did not die in the last phase, so that was really good for
Cabbage has
him.
to do pillars.
Oh man.
So
Do you
Cap has a huge lead.
Do you think Cabbage knows the way to skip pillars here with the amount of speed he has and feathers?
I mean, I wouldn't know.
I think there's a way to do it here with 2 feathers, definitely. With how much speed he has, I think so. It depends if he tries it or not. He might just go for the safer route of just doing pillars, though.
Do you just go on the little slab, like to his right here?
Let's go up. Poor Dan is still on stage 4, man. Meanwhile, the run is almost totally done. Cap is halfway through phase 3. He doesn't
He's
have
like
safer
loose.
spaces. He doesn't have any opals. If he gets hit by pizza, he is dead. So he's got to be really careful here. And he's not very fast either.
Oh, he's got a war banner up. Huge.
Actually, that does
It
help
actually
him a
is,
lot
though.
here.
It's like 4 mocha.
That is really nice. Really lucky timing.
Okay. He got hit and he didn't die.
By a hammer swipe, they do less damage.
He's taking the right hits.
Yeah.
That's how good he is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god. He had to hope a little bit that he was pushing himself the right way. I'm not sure he saw the ground enough to even know. He's like, I just gotta get out.
Dude.
Oh my god. He's gotta be careful of that golem too. Gotta kind of get away from it. And it's time he's actually getting in with Vase. which is smart, or just getting away from the golem, which is smart. The biggest thing about the golems is if you have low speed, you just want to stay away from them on the other side of the map as much
Good
as you can.
shit.
And Cap is done. He's going on to phase 4, which should be really easy because he has the M2. Cap played this very well. Very, very well. Cabbage is still doing pillars. There's no way, though, unfortunately, I don't think, that Dan could pull ahead of Cabbage. I don't think it's going to happen.
I feel like Dan might +5 here.
Oh, Cabbage
key?
didn't get the key last stage when he could have gotten the plimp. It was right next to his teleporter. It was literally like 5 feet away. And so I thought he would have seen it and grabbed it, but he missed it. So he didn't get the plasma shrimp. Interesting.
He did get safer spaces though.
He did. Which means he can, be a little bit more aggressive with his abilities, but I don't know.
I actually
Cap's
think
done.
he can skip now with the safer spaces.
Whereas he couldn't before. Oh, I'm with the host skip.
Yeah.
Fair.
I know he knows about it.
I mean, he
And
only has
Cap
one
is
more
charging
pillar to
ship.
do. Good job, Cap.
So Cap probably is going to get bonus points here.
He will, but again, if he wants to get to the tiebreaker, Dan has to get in second.
Oh, Cabbage +5 maybe.
I mean, even if Cabbage had, I think if Cabbage had 2 +5s, he still might beat Dan if he's going this slow.
Don't say that.
I'm serious. I'm looking at
I
the
know
clock
you are.
right now, but
I know you're
Like-
serious. Don't say it.
oh man, I just Dan didn't
shit.
go in the speed printer. He's not going into the crit printer. He didn't get the plasma shrimp. He's still 30 minutes into stage 4, which for these kind of standards for these runs, kind of low.
Wow,
We'll bring
almost
in-
a sub 30 Rex.
I know.
Very low 30. Good
We
shit.
might actually see it sub 30 without load times, so hold up. But let's congratulate Cap when he gets in here. Cap, congrats, dude.
Yo,
Good time.
thank you.
Really good
I'm
time.
happy with that one. Yep, I needed to pick it up, and I think I did pretty okay.
You
Man,
did.
that build was so stupid, just given to us. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So given and free. Dan is still on
Oh.
stage 4. He was self-coping stage 3 for some
Very
reason.
classic Dan. He's Dan.
Yeah. Cabbage is on the moon right now, so we'll see if you get bonus points or not. The thing
Shit.
is, like, if you want to get a tiebreaker, Dan has to beat Cabbage, which is just
Oh,
unfortunately
good.
not going to happen.
Yeah.
But regardless,
Well,
you played extremely well in this loadout, so that's a clap for me.
Thank you.
Really
Thank
good.
you. Yeah, I mean, even if Dan inhibits me from going to the tiebreaker, I still think I did pretty well. I think I did what I had to do, and I think I did it pretty well, all things considered.
Mm-hmm.
Those feathers were so clutch.
Yeah, good shit.
Thank you.
I
Let me
mean,
check on the other two.
the other thing too, you're the only one who got the plasma shrimp because you waited a stage to get the key box. Maybe not on purpose,
Oh,
but it
dope.
was right there. Dan didn't, and Cabbage waited 2 stages. So you got it in the perfect
Okay.
spot to get the plasma shrimp. Dan got like another needle tick, and then Cabbage on the moon got it with a bear.
Did he do pillars, or did he pillar
Yeah.
skip?
He did pillars.
Okay. I wonder, with enough speed and feathers, you
That's
can
what I
pillar
was thinking.
skip
That's
pretty
yeah.
easily.
So I was saying.
I didn't have the speed for it, but it looks like Cabbage definitely potentially does. That's
There's
a lot.
speed printer on stage 2.
That you missed.
Stage 2. What stage is
It
that?
was failing.
It's a blur.
It was,
Oh, okay.
it was
Oh, I think I
the
saw
other
that.
side.
Other
of
side
the
of
map.
the TP.
Yep.
Yeah. I saw that when I left, but honestly, at the feathers, I didn't care about speed. I needed to snowball as
Mhm.
much damage as I could and get to the moon as fast as I could.
Which was totally fair.
Yep.
I mean, you're gonna get way ahead. So, I
Yeah.
mean, Cabbage is still in the middle of phase 2 right now.
Damn.
Just
Oh,
how
he's new
sh-
condas. Dope.
Yeah, he found that stage 5. That's why he's doing so well.
Yeah, of course.
That with
With the
apples.
healing synergy.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. They used
I definitely
apples
could have
on
played
Mythrix and
phase 2 better. I was very scared of phase 2, but
you
I
got
just
blasted a bit.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't die. I could have spammed him too, like Cabbage just did, and melted most of the enemies, but that shit's scary. I'm good. He has no HP. One big hit and he's fucking dead.
And it was really good using the vase to get away from the golems and like maintaining that like, your area around the Mythrix site was
Yeah.
clear for when you're doing pizza because you just had such low speed
Mhm.
and everything. So
Yeah, getting to the opposite side of the arena from the ads is huge.
so important. It's one of those things that I don't think players realize when they're doing Mythrix fights. They kind of bunch around the middle and then there's ads everywhere and then they get blasted. And like, how are you guys doing this? How you guys focus on dodging pizza when there's a billion things around? But it's like you have to change your position a lot and get away. Very important.
Yep.
And it's just not often we get to see like that being done very well or like so clearly, rather. Because it's
Yeah, there's
usually just
never,
a
like-
mess.
Yeah, it's never like a super easy option. Like, oh, I have the vase. I can just go to the other side of the stage. But yeah, definitely something that people should do if they aren't. Because dealing with ads during pizza is hell. And that's how most of us die to pizza. So any way to avoid that is huge.
After a certain point, you just, if you have like ads, you just got to tank the ads and avoid the pizza at some point, right? So you're just like, okay, well, it's one or the
Actually,
other.
not sure if you can get a bonus point here. Cabbage got through this pretty fast.
He is going pretty fast.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
He had a 30-22.
Is he gonna wait? He's gonna wait.
Ooh.
For the phase. Oh no, he's not.
He
Okay.
has to do phase 4. You might get it. No, never mind. It's
I think he has to
7
die
minutes.
for bonus
My bad.
points.
For some reason, I was thinking 6 because the speeder mentioned it earlier. I was stuck on that for a while. No, unfortunately.
I'm surprised Cabbage took the capacitor. I feel like it. I mean, it was obviously really good for the Mythrix fight, but I don't know.
Oh,
is that the fastest? It's kind of hard to tell.
That orb. I
How
mean,
was his pillar situation?
it wasn't that bad, but it did take him a while. Obviously, pillars are always a time drain, but
Yeah, I think if he took Vase, he would have been closer to me, right?
maybe.
I think so. I don't think the capacitor was that impactful. He had double shuriken for bans. I only had a single shuriken. I don't know.
Yeah, Disputed's dog is crying again.
Sorry. She just
The
makes
dog needs
weird
its
noises.
factor. Beat it.
Dan can
She's
still
4
win, guys.
pounds.
She's just scared of the world. It's a scary place.
Yeah.
She'll just come up to me and sound like a dying animal.
Well, she's 4 pounds. Jesus.
Compared to my 90-pound dog laying down upside down right next to me. God,
Yeah,
that
can we
dude's too big
trade?
now. Yeah, let's trade.
Echo's right in the middle.
Yeah, right. The middle ground.
Yeah.
40
Mine's
pounds,
like-
but you get 40 pounds of fur all over you.
My
Yeah,
dog
it's
is
great.
like the middle ground between a dog and a rat.
Little Taco Bell dog.
We'll probably have to just bring in Dan because there's no way, actually.
He does not want to go through this. I don't think.
No. And we'll give him the
I'm
option.
surprised-
He can keep playing if he
Yeah.
wants, but we'll pull him into the cast at some point.
How did he get into cope? He didn't find shuriken until later.
He
Maybe that's
self-coped.
why.
No, it was just
Oh,
by
okay,
choice.
okay.
He was
Yeah, I
just
mean, he has
spending so
capacitor
long
and
on stage 3.
Polyloot. Yeah.
He just
Like, yeah, I
99%
speedrun with this
the
loadout.
bot.
I got
Yeah.
this.
That's
Wow,
pretty
you're like
cabbage.
30 seconds away from a bonus point there.
Damn,
Close.
that would have been cool. I'm just happy I played good enough to almost get a bonus point. 7-minute bonus points are very hard to come by sometimes,
tough.
and
30
it was
minutes Rex,
definitely
Yeah.
yeah. Where you
that's
at?
kind of crazy, no?
I mean,
Yeah,
it was
he
just
was doing
shuriken capacitor band build.
Did you open the void cradles on stage 1 before doing TP, or
He did.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
You were the one who did void or TP immediately. No one else did that.
yeah.
I was so scared of a horde of many golem situation. I needed to get those void items like
No, I
instantly.
I had my focus crystal. I was ready to go. You know.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah,
a fucking
Yeah.
power move, though. Just instantly with the worst Rex loadout. All right, I think I can handle TP.
Well, you have
yeah,
healing,
handle
you
it.
have damage. Oh, Disputed. Go
Hey.
tell Dan he can join in.
No deaths
So
on the worst Rex though. Congrats to both of us.
I mean,
Vase or no?
Base.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't know what the right play was.
I think the right play for you. I didn't see like exactly how much speed you had, but you had 2 or 3 feathers. You could have maybe
Yeah.
even pillar skipped, but that would take some labbing. Definitely not something to
yeah.
just wing
And
and hope it
I'm
works.
not pulling that out in the middle of a run.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no.
But like, I saw the hard light in soup. I wasn't going to lose both bands to that. Really going to pull a K.
Mm. Yeah.
hello, Daniel.
What happened?
Good day.
What'd you guys do?
They just
That's insane.
went to the next stage.
Went fast.
Yeah.
Shuriken,
Yeah, Rex speedrunner Daniel.
Polyloot.
It's
That's pretty much it. I did
I'm
struggle
shook.
on a couple stages, but
He did concede.
you just persevere and heal
Yeah.
enough.
Concede.
I did.
Well,
Oh, did you? Okay.
let's take a look at the final standings.
Ah,
All right, obviously GG to all you guys today. Everyone played well. Everyone had a first place in at least one loadout. So
Hell
you
yeah.
guys were coming to play. It was fun to watch. Cabbage, you did win today, so congratulations. You got a 6-point win. Cap in second with
Cabbage.
4, and Dan in third with 3.
I need
GG.
to look. I need to look back. I am actually a little bit shook from that. That's insane. You guys finished so quick.
I need to look back at your run.
Yeah,
That's
that
what I
was,
need to do.
That was a fun one.
Nothing exciting. I was coping around with the capacitor and like Jesus.
No,
Yeah, the
I need
difference
to see
between
that.
your runs was Dan was coping and the other people were not.
I wasn't coping. I was going through the
You were
jellies, but I
coping.
was by the
You were
skin of my
coping.
teeth.
When you're 99% teleporter and you have not killed the boss, that's coping.
Yeah, I know fucking. I don't know. I don't know. Something's anyway. Sun was in my eyes. I don't know. Fucking.
It just goes how
My
close
dad is
it
Hoku.
was by the end, though, that anyone could have at least tied it at the last one today. So it was a fun
Yes.
one all the way through.
Yeah. 30
Um,
minute Rex. I gotta watch that 30-minute Rex.
Yeah, I think
What
I
happened?
was reading chat and they said this was 12 minutes faster than the fastest Rex we've had in the Gauntlet race so
All
far.
right.
I don't know if that's true.
So
Chat
Just
facts.
36 at one point.
I don't know. But
Yeah,
anyways,
whatever
this
you
was a
say.
shit loadout and I'm happy that we were able to go a little fast with it and not cope for the last run.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
At least
guys
not all of
got
us
a
anyways.
ton. Yeah,
Was all right.
you guys got Poly at the start. There was Speed Printer. Oh, the big
Capacitor.
thing, Cabbage, that you missed. On stage 5, the Void Key was right next to the teleporter, and it had a plimp in that one. So
Where?
5
What?
feet away from the teleporter. It was literally on your screen the
Nah.
entire
Across
time.
the little log.
It was not on my screen. No,
It was.
wasn't.
I saw it.
No,
So
no, because I was looking for it. So
it was right there. It was highlighted red with the prongs. It was sitting.
I
right
was
in front of
looking
me.
for it.
You were looking
was
too
trying to,
far,
like-
brother.
All right. Okay.
Look past your nose. So
Yeah.
you waited another stage, then you got safer spaces, obviously, but and then
Oh.
Dan got the Void Key too early, and he just got like a needle tick. But Cap got it at like the perfect time, right in the middle, where he got the plasma shrimp for it at stage 5.
Hell
so
yeah.
that helped him out a
I was-
lot in the Mythrix fight.
It was either that or even a second polyloot. So that
Yeah.
key was
Second
reject.
polyloot. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. If I had the plasma shrimp, I might have taken vase, but I thought I need damage.
I think that's
Oh, I guess
why
that's fair.
Cap took Vase immediately after it too. So it probably might have
Yeah. I was hoping to lean into items taking care of my damage for me, and yeah, definitely plasma shrimp polyloot is a good way to secure damage. But
It's
I
just
think even
grab
before
vase
that,
and-
the vase
just-
right next to TP, I just had to do it.
Yeah, but did you just like leave immediately after that, or?
Yeah, I just went straight to the TP pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
I had to
Cabbage
try
looted
to
around and
beat
got new
second place by
Kahanas.
7 minutes. So
And you almost did, actually.
yeah, it was close.
Very,
Yeah,
very
close.
good. It's like
Quick
20
run.
seconds off. Anyway, that is the end of the loadout races for today. I have announcements as always. If you want to know when to catch the next one, we do these every week. Join the Discord. And in the Discord, we notify you beforehand so you can prepare for when the next one is going to be, all that stuff. If you want to play this racing mod that we made with your friends, go check out the Risk of Rain 2 mod manager or Thunderstore and search up Risk of Resources, and you can find the mod there. It's our public gauntlet mod, and if you want to use that mod and go ahead and play on the speedrun.com official gauntlet leaderboard that we have, and you can go to speedrun.com, and if you missed any of the other loadout races in the past couple months that we've been doing this thing every single week, you can check out our YouTube. It's at Risk of Resources. And also, if you guys want to apply to be a racer to compete on the big stage with these guys, you can go to riskofresources.com/rules, and at the bottom there's an application form you can fill out and send our way if you feel confident then you can compete in the gauntlet. I don't think I missed any. Oh yeah, also go check out all these guys, Cabbage Cap and Dan. They did super well today, so if you want to see more Risk of Rain content, go find them on YouTube and Twitch, wherever they are. So that's it. Hope to see you guys next week. Should have a good one for you. Goodbye. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
GG's.
Bye.
Good chat.